Live, baby, you know it. You know it. We are going live, baby. I think we're already live, actually. I was just dancing. And guess what? We are live. Hey, guys, how you going? Set it down, BKRsport. We're here for another game, son. We're into round 11 now. Season is moving, grooving, pumping along, son. We're chugging along. We're here for the Melbourne Storm, taking on the Brisbane Broncos. This should be a great game. I'm really looking forward to what this one can throw up for us. Simply because, the Storm are the favourites and the Brisbane Broncos are in first position. And the Storm winning would actually have gigantic effects for the table. It would have a really massive effect for the table in regards to that top area, because the Rabbitohs would probably go to first if they beat the Tigers on Saturday. If the Storm win against the Broncos, the Rabbitohs, if they beat the Tigers, would go above the Broncos. And also, maybe you can listen to say a thing or two about a thing or two here. If the Titans would maybe beat the Knights this week, 3 in a row, and the next week they beat the Bulldogs, maybe 4 in a row, we have a bye, and then we take on some Rabbitoh. There's a world. There is a world. When there's a wish, there's a way, son. There is a way. There's no wishing here. This is true story. Titans could go top of the table in 3 weeks. Remember that? Just throwing it out there. But let's not talk about that one. This is a very serious challenge. That was very serious. Now let's get into the actual game here between the Melbourne Storm and the Brisbane Broncos. Obviously, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Melbourne Storm obviously playing at home tonight at AAMI Park. We had Magic Round last weekend. Great weekend of the sport. And great weekend for Rugby League because it just condensed the table even more. Everyone from first, which is the Broncos, all the way down to, 10th is within 4 points of each other. So, yeah, it's really, really impressive how this season is still maintaining the closeness of it. And the quality of it is just fantastic. So, really excited. Oh, I just realised I've still got the Titans there. Well, this is a very serious channel, so I should have left it there. The feeder club is up. It was up top, and that was actually the Titans on that. So we had both in the top 8 there. But yeah, there we go. There we go. But obviously, yeah, look, Magic Round was great. Storm coming to this game in, I think, 6th position, isn't it? Yeah, they do. If they are to lose this game, obviously they could drop as far as, I believe, 10th. And if they are to win this game, well, they could obviously jump into the top 4 there and could arguably go second. Actually, what's their points differential looking like right now? If the Storm were to win, they got an 8 differential. They would have to win by quite a lot and then expect the Rabbitohs to lose by a decent bit to the Tigers, which obviously isn't happening. So, the Storm realistically would be looking to go to the top 4. Obviously, the Sharkies, they play Manly. Panthers, they play the Roosters. And the Dolphins had to bye. But the Dolphins, obviously, they're only up on 1 points differential of the Storm anyway. So if the Storm were to win by more than 2 points or more, they would go above the Dolphins there. But yeah, like I said, the Titans could go above them. The Roosters could go above them. The Raiders could go above them. Manly could go above them as well. The Warriors, if they won by enough, would go above them. So they could actually finish off the weekend in 11th. Obviously, that is very difficult to see. However, for the Broncos, again, they could finish in 2nd place this week. If the Rabbitohs are on 14 points, the Broncos are on 16 points. Broncos have a plus 96 points differential, whilst the Rabbitohs have a 94 plus points differential. So, no, really good to see there. Really good to see that maybe, we might see another twist and turn to this competition. And if that was the case, you'd probably see from first all the way down to about 7, 8, a 2 points gap differential between the first place team and the 8. So really, really crazy there. Now, guys, let's get into the 2 team lineups here. Like I said, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. But the Melbourne Storm today, they are the favourites. BKRmy comes in with Tarek Sims. He's getting thrown out of there. Nick Mennie is the fullback with Will Warbrick and Xavier Coates on the wings. Remus Smith and Justin Olam are the centres. You've got Cameron Munster in the 6, Jerome Hughes as the 7, with Christian Welch and BKRmy coming in there. Makes sense considering that I was looking at their bench thinking it was quite small. I feel like that right there has meant that when we get to the bench here, it's not going to be as small as it was previously. Harry Grant is the number 9, the hooker, with Trent Loiero and Elias Katoa as the back rowers. Josh King is the lock. Nelson Solomona, Bronson Garlick, Aaron Penne, and Tom Eisenhuth is the bench. Much better looking bench than it was last week against the Rabbitohs. Nelson coming off the bench, I love that. Bronson Garlick obviously can play a few positions. Aaron Penne big and Tom Eisenhuth big, so a lot better than it was previously. And Grant Anderson is the 18th man replacement. So makes a lot more sense, that lineup, in my opinion. Moving over to the Brisbane Broncos there. No wins, no outs, no shake, all about. So same team that absolutely whooped Manly last week not the favourites against the Melbourne Storm, when they're 5 spots above them, which is absolutely insane. Fullback today, Reece Walsh with Jesse Arthurs and Selwyn Cobbo on the wings, Katoni Staggs and Herbie Farmer in the centres. I feel like Katoni Staggs scores tonight. I just get that vibe that Katoni could be up for a good game tonight. Ezra Mam is a 5'8", with Adam Reynolds the captain in the halfback, Thomas Flegler and Payne Haas are the big boppers up there in the front row, with Billy Walters as the number 9. Kurt Catewell and Jordan Ricky are the back rowers, with Patrick Carrigan as the 13th. So that's a pretty good lineup there. Corey Page, Corey Jensen, Kobe Hetherington and Martin Tapau the interchange, with Dean Mariner as the 18th man replacement. I know the Melbourne Storm have an incredible record against the Brisbane Broncos. I believe they haven't won here since like 2016. I believe they haven't even lost to the Broncos at Suncorp for like a good decade or something like that. The Storm are the absolute utmost bogey team over the Broncos, but I'm still going to tip the Broncos tonight. I am going to do it. I would prefer the Storm to win. I think everyone would prefer the Storm to win except for the Broncos, because it brings that ladder really close. And Rabbitohs fans, they're putting on Melbourne jerseys tonight, because I can tell you right now, if the Rabbitohs win, then they would go above the Broncos into first position. So yeah, everyone's getting behind Buddy Storm tonight, but I'm going to tip the Broncos. I just feel like they've still got a good enough team. This is a different team than what it has been in the past. Yes, obviously, it will be still quite difficult for them, considering this is in Melbourne, and Melbourne just got whooped, and we all know what Melbourne can do after a loss, especially after an embarrassing loss like we just saw there. So yeah, really interesting, but I am going to tip the Broncos here, maybe surprisingly, maybe not, but it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a really good game. So, like I said, thumbs up, subscribe, and let's get to the chat. Let's see what you Maparunos are saying. Oh, we've got a couple of donations here already. Wow, he's not easy to start. Oh, we got a gift and membership. We've got a donation. We've got another donation. Dearie me, here we go. All right, let's have a look at these first. So, Brighton Robinson, he's always good for a membership giveaway. And he's given it to Nate M, another Broncos fan, fellow Broncos fan for Brighton. But he said, oh, God, no. Well, Nate M has... I said that, Nate, you better thank him right now. Oh, he did. He did say thank you, Brighton. I appreciate you, Brighton, for the gift of membership. Olivia Reid with the $15 donation. Thank you very much, Olivia Reid. Another Broncos fan there, unfortunately. But, fortunately, Olivia is a good person. Broncos fans usually not on that same wavelength. Olivia with another $8 donation says, forgot to write a message. Was going to say I'm nervous about tonight, but I have faith in the boys. Because you forgot to write a message, we got 2 donuts. So how good's that? But I'm nervous about tonight, but I have faith in the boys. Yeah, of course. And again, I'm tipping the Broncos here, but it's a tough one. It is a really tough one there for you. It's not like Melbourne has ever been, a safe bet at any stage of their entire history. But yes, the Broncos do have a good enough team here that they could, get the upset win. Again, I can't believe they're the upset. I can't believe it. Irene says Broncos will win, go Bronx. Reece Walsh, Ezra Mam and Adam Reynolds are all cats. Oh, sorry, no, so will be stars tonight. Okay, well, yeah, no, looking forward to seeing it. William Pearson says Storm will win. Trucking down under the big fella says biased. Rando above me. Love your work, Nate. Broncos still suck. I like that comment from Trucking. It's a smart comment from Trucking. He's a smart man. Zach Hewitt says Storm by 307. Random to put the 7 there, but cool, I like it. Brighton says to all the cocky Broncos fans in the chat, we have been slapped by the Storm for over a decade. Relax. Correct. Yes, correct. I think you've beaten them like once in 10 years. I think that was in Melbourne, actually. I think that was in Melbourne, if I'm not mistaken. Justin Lee says we need Copper to score. Let's go. Yeah, Copper had a good weekend in Magic Round. He's hit a hat-trick in the last 2 Magic Rounds, which is pretty crazy. Sol says you were lucky. You won. What, against Yields? Well, we were lucky. Oh, is that right? Okay. That's so cute of you. Bless your little cotton socks, son. Bless your little cotton socks. What the heck, my man says, why Titans first? Because we can do what we want. Blissy says, Storm by split decision. Nate says, Broncos in first position. Well said, Blaze. Titans stolen Valor on screen right now. Listen. I fix it up for you, man. I fix it up for you. Blissy says, Titans are back to back. Yeah, the boys. Yeah, the boys we are. What the heck, my man says, Titans will beat the Bulldogs. I like that. 7 says, do you think Ben goes to the Titans? Well, I think it's a good shout. But I also love my boy Tan. And also Tobes there. And we got Sammy Verrills in the number 9. It's hard because I love my boy Tan, man. But, Benny Hunt is Benny Hunt. Like, Ben Hunt is Ben Hunt. That would be a big signing if we were able to pull it off. It would be a big signing. Abinaya Shah says Melbourne for sure. Zach Hughes says Titans could have a 2-game gap on top this week. Hey, Zach. I like it. I like it. We should be on top this week by 2 games. You know what? We should be undefeated right now. How about that? And Justin Lee, I could make an argument that we should be. How about that? Justin Lee says, do you think Cobbo is going to score in this game? Mate, listen, Cobbo has a good chance of scoring this game. How about that? Kobe Jolliffe says, who do you think is going to win? I've got the Broncos here, but I would really like Melbourne Storm to win for the overall competition. But I have tipped the Broncos. Chris James says, I need Storm to win so my bunnies can jump them. Yes, you do. Christopher, the DBZ fan. I'm just going to call you Christopher. Says, I hope the Cowboys win this week. They played not as bad last week compared to the rest of the year. Correct. I have actually, in fact, tipped the Dragons. I tipped the Cowboys against the Roosters, which was a big upset win there. So I did see it. But for some reason, I still don't buy into the Cowboys just yet. And also, I feel like the Dragons, 5 losses in a row, I feel like they're due. And it's not like the Cowboys are unbeatable by any means, right? So I'm going to take the Dragons there. I know it's in Townsville. It's a big upset win there if that happens. But I did call that Cowboys won, so I feel like maybe it just goes in the opposite direction this week. Sam says, going to be a tight game tonight. It will be. It will be. Mr. Pugsy says, this will be a good match. I'm a Broncos fan. I'm hoping they will win, but I think Storm will win. I'm so sorry that you're a Broncos fan, son. But you're also a Broncos fan. You think the Storm will win? Mate, look at me, man. I'm a Titans fan. I've had a horrid history with this club. You know, we've always struggled. But look at me. I still back the boys in every goddamn week. So that's what you have to do, son. Regardless of the jibber-jabber from everywhere else. There's a lot of jibber-jabber everywhere else lately. There's a lot of jibber-jabber. But you just got to back your team in, man. You just got to, regardless, just back them in. Say you're a Broncos fan. Say, we're going to win tonight, and that's final. Told you we were lucky this last week on Sunday in Moses, though. Tanner Boyd also missed a few kicks, FYI. Scored the same amount of tries. Christopher says, Blissy, they're going to get into the top 4, that's for sure. Also, Moses can't kick in front of me. He cannot kick in front of me. Hey, Garth, where's he clapping anymore, baby? Cat 1010 says, hello, mate. Hello, Cat. How you doing? 7 says 28-22, Broncos win. Knox Corbett says, woof, woof, meant for 2 months. No, woof, woof, next week. Maybe woof, woof this week, not next week. No, woof, woof next week. But this week, you go for gold with your woof woof. Go for gold. 7 says 28-22 Broncos win. Wow, both teams don't know how to defend, eh? Cap says, does it feel good to have 23 and a bit thousand subscribers? Good on you. I appreciate you, bro. yeah, it's pretty good. You know, I put a lot of work into the channel, and obviously we're still small time, but the fact of the matter is that we do what we can and enjoy the games and slap it around. You know, we just have a bit of fun and talk some footy, and you know, it doesn't take, it doesn't happen in under a day, but you know, we keep on moving, we keep on grooving. The Cowboys fans, BK, you need Broncos to lose and Titans win, and Titans will be 2 points. Come on, man, very silly. So basically, Cowboys fan. So basically, you're telling me what I've been saying for basically the last 15 minutes. Thank you for clarifying and validating what I'm saying, but you're very silly because I've literally just said that. Yes. Toxie Emma says it wasn't luck. Wasn't luck, son. Wasn't luck. Trucker Dana says Chihuahua. That is the Chihuahua boy. That is him. The Chihuahua boy. Toxic Ant-Man is Chihuahua boy. Cowboys fans, he's saying the same thing again. You're very silly. You were very silly, Cowboys fan. Christian cares is up on the Titans. Yeah, we love it. Oh, no, Christian cares a Rabbitohs fan getting around the Broncos. God help him. Who's winning, Cowboys or Dragons? Yeah, again, I went with the old Dragons, but I think the Cowboys should win. But at the same sense, I just feel like the Dragons are due a win, man. They've only lost their games by really small amounts. They lost to the Titans by 2. They lost to the Roosters by 1. They lost to the Tigers by 2. Should have probably won that game. Who's another game? They lost to the Raiders by like 2 or 6 or whatever it was, but it was only because Lomax missed all his kicks. I just feel like the Dragons are still there or thereabouts, but they just can't seem to get that win. So maybe they're due for a win this week. It is a big upset win again, but in the same sense, the Cowboys are still bottom 4 as well. It's a bottom 4 battle. The Reese says this week is where the Cowboys go on a run to the finals and win the premiership, like 2015, I believe. Okay. Okay. Ben James' first try scorer. I'm going to go Tony Staggs. I'm going to go Tony Staggs. I feel like he's in for a big game tonight. Olivia said, did he see the Fox was ruled out? I was imagining that, eh? Like, I kept saying that I don't know if he's going to play or not. They're going to give him every chance, but it just means his first game back's going to be against the Gold Coast next week, so no woof woof there, Knox Corvus. No woof woof there, son. No way. Knox Corvus is Titans killing him. Can do better, but we are doing well. You know what's crazy? The Dolphins are 5th place right now, and they have the bye this week. So as Fanboy says, Really sucks for Addo being ruled out. Origin spot pretty much gone after that, although Blake Wilson debuts, who was doing really well in Cup, at least better than Casey. Look, obviously, he's not going to make the game 1 of Origin. Could make game 2, depending on, obviously, the loyalty of New South Wales, which is always non-existent in Origin. But you guys have got decent enough backups there. And I really like the Queensland team this year. I think Queensland have got a really good team. I think it's a lot more even than previous years. And you can actually nearly argue an edge to Queensland in a lot of ways. But New South Wales still have some really big star power, which we all knew was going to happen. It's just Origin. That's what happens. However, I don't think the gap is as big as it has been previously. And yet the Queensland team still won last year, obviously. Nox Corbis, I tip the Storm. Raymond Eunice says, yeah, BK was in the vlog. Tip Titans. Love your work, son. Love your work. Get around you. Seminars says, maybe put Ben in hooker and have Brimdog 5'8" and Tanner Boyd halfback. That be strong Titans side. So for me, I think if you have... Okay, like if I'm going to be non-biased and take away my friendship with Tan, I think that Ben goes into the 7. I think that Verrills is the 9. I think that Kizza is the 6, but I do believe that obviously overall Jaden will go into the 6 eventually because Brimo's so good in fullback. But Brimo's still our best fullback. I love JC. JC and I really love him. Love him to death. Love that bloke to death. We were speaking the other day when he re-signed. But I do still have Brimo as our best number 1. So I still think that JC goes to the 6. I still think that he's the eventual replacement for Kieran Foran, and I think he'll be killing it. So, yeah, in that world where Ben Hunt signs, I'd put him into the 7. I love Tan, but I just think to be unbiased and non-biased, Ben Hunt is Ben Hunt. Chris James says, after tonight, one of us will be a victim of the Thursday night curse. You can't say after one. I think, what did I get? Like last week, there was no Thursday night game. I think I'm on like a 3-game streak with Thursday nights, actually. Ever since the curse was brought up, no more. Nox Copper says your dedication is exemplary. Well, it's the only way to become successful, man. It's just all about consistency. It's all about consistency. And not being silly. Christopher, not burning a gigantic amount of bridges. Which is what other people intend on doing. Christopher says, hope Cowboys win, but it's an upset. I reckon. Yeah, exactly right. AJ says, hey brother, how are you? Going all right, mate. Looking forward to the Newcastle trip this week. We'll be, what section are we in? We're in the corner. Well, I think we're in number 20 or something like that. I think we're in section number 20 or so. So, it should be good. I think you said you're coming down. No, you're coming for the Bulldogs game, aren't you? I can't remember. Cyan Prince says, Broncos 13 plus. Selwyn double. Jordan Ricky 1. 13 plus Broncos is a big call in Melbourne, man. Brighton says second largest NRL channel isn't exactly small, mate. Maybe if you had to... Okay. No. No. Oh, no. Zakor says Jaden Campbell signings with your team, Gold Coast Titans. Jaden Campbell signs with your team, Gold Coast Titans until the end of 2026. No, it's amazing. JC's an incredible bloke, man. You know, he's such a family man, community man. Loves his club to death. And I've been actually, you know what? Go back to last year when there was all the Storm rumours going around of like loaning them there and all that type of stuff. And I told you, I'd spoken to him privately. And look, I know JC. And I can tell you right now, JC will never leave this club. And I've been saying this to you at every step. Whenever I've ever had a question here in this chat, I've always told you that JC and I, when we've spoken, he's always privately told me that he is absolutely a Gold Coast Titan through and through. He's from the Gold Coast. His dad made a really big name for himself on the Gold Coast, but also when he was at the Panthers and the Sharkies. But, you know, everything about JC is Gold Coast through and through. So I love that man. If you're a Titans fan, you should absolutely love that man. He wants to do well with our club and for our community. Christian Cassidy's Lomax, which he could slot goals like Trell Mitt can. Kaya Niwa says Sharks vs Dolphins was probably the most embarrassing game this year. Oh, I would agree. Lizzie says seeing Nate destroy Jake in the press conference due to him being on another planet is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Christy says hope the Cowboys win, but they do. It's an upset, but tonight Cowboys going to score a hat trick or 2. That was all over the shot, but okay. By the way, guys, the game does start in about 30 minutes time. So let's hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Get around it. David McCosey says, Blazy, Thursday night picks usually go off. What's the gut telling you tonight? My gut's telling me Broncos and Katoni Staggs first try anytime if you want. But my gut's telling you the Broncos. Originally, I had the curse of the Thursday night where I couldn't tip to save my life. But now they're starting to get a bit of a chug going, son. Starting to get a bit of a roll here. Cowboys fans says, New South Wales are smart. Don't pick out a car, lose the series. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and complain as a Queensland fan. I'm not going to sit here and complain. Christian Kerr says, I think Newcastle's the team Titans can really put to the sword. I think 13 plus comfortably. Hey, I'm a Titans fan, and I know too well not to say that realistically. But I will back my team, and I do genuinely believe we win that game. I believe, obviously, there is a poor record for the Titans in Newcastle. Usually, they beat us quite well. I can tell you that firsthand from last year. But also, in the flip side, in the Gold Coast usually flog the Knights. So, unfortunately, this game is in Newcastle. We don't have a game against the Knights on the Gold Coast this year. However, I do think that, the Titans can win this game. And usually, the winner is decided by a large enough margin. And I know how much effort these boys put in. So, yeah, I think Gold Coast all the way, so Gold Coast all the way. And 13 plus, if the Storm win by 1 and we win by like 22 or 23 or something like that, we would go above the Storm even with them winning and being up on us by like 20 points differential. So Broncos, if you lose, can you make it small, please? Yeah, if you make it small, please. Thank you very much. Blitzy says, Knock Sharks had a bye last week. No, they did not, Blitzy. No, that wasn't them, actually. That was the Newcastle Knights. They were in Bali. Cap says, what position do you think the Dragons will get in the ladder at the end of the season? I still got them. I'd probably put them in last, mate. I honestly could put them in last. Unless they fix their stuff. They're bottom 4 for me still. I think I had them in second last pre-season. If I'm not mistaken, I had Dolphins in last and I had Dragons in second last. And I think I wouldn't really waver from that. Tigers will still be Tigers, so maybe you'll come second, third, fourth last, but I don't think the Dragons will be that high up, no. Talk to Yemis is going to be fun. Should be fun driving. It should be fun driving for 7 hours. Hopefully this time Edric Lee doesn't put 5 tries past us, which is what I did last year by myself. At least I have someone to drive and cry with on the way back if it wasn't to happen, Antonio. AJ Ellis says, yeah, the Dogs game, brother. Can't wait. It should be good. Olivia says, questions galore tonight. Well, we've got half an hour until the game does start anyway, so may as well. And also, we weren't streaming, obviously, on Sunday because I was at Magic Round, so we missed 3 games. Which isn't usually normal. We will still be streaming on Saturday, but it will be down in Newcastle. We'll be streaming with Mr. Chihuahua Boy himself. We'll be streaming with him on Saturday, but Friday night will still be here. That's tomorrow. Crazy. It doesn't even feel like I'm going in 2 days' time. Christian Guess, I hope JC eventually gets a starting spot at the Titans somewhere soon. He is way too good to be on the bench for me. Yeah, no, he is. He is way too good to be on the bench, and I don't think anybody believes that he's a bench player. I think that absolutely from that 14 role, he's great, but I think that you want him in the starting team. And you would obviously in an unreal world, you'd want him into a perfect world, you'd want him in that number 1 role. But AJ Brimson is just so good. It's a good problem to have at the Titans right now. Not only do we have AJ Brimson, not only do we have JC, but we've also got Keanu Kinney, who's just begging for a spot and came on and did a solid job. Scored like 26 points in SuperCoach in 13 minutes last week from the hooker role. He's not a hooker. As you guys, if you watched my Titans versus Eels vlog, we spoke to Keanu, a good friend of mine, and he's a really good bloke and gave it his all and got his shot. And I think he did pretty well to hold out in that last little bit there as a hooker, which is not what he's used to playing in. Jerry Bow says Cobbo to score with Storm 1-12. Spike Max says, hello BKR, good evening to you. Storm by 20 plus. Storm by 20 plus is a big call, mate. Zach Hewitt says, heard you talking about consistency. The only way to succeed, then smile. Thought you were going to mention me because of Arsenal. Not talking about that one, but, if the shoe fits. Raymond Eunice says, Broncos are pretenders. Based off of who they've played so far, you could make an argument for it. But in the same sense, the Broncos do still have a lot of pace about them. They did get, outed against the Rabbitohs, though. And the game against the Panthers was, 2 months ago. Just over 2 months ago now. So it's like a long time between drinks. And the last time they played a good team, they got flogged. So they've got to they've got to really prove themselves tonight in a bogey curse kind of game. Because if they win this game tonight, I feel like a lot of people will be a lot more confident in them. Because it's near on impossible for them to miss the A if they win this, surely. You only play out of, Sydney 3 times, or out of Queensland, 3 times in the whole year, surely. You've been given the best draw that's ever existed in the planet. Joy998 says, keen for a good game. Get my some of your mouth, never for 13 months. Get around, you big fella. Says, Titans 50, Knights nil, Titans win the comp. Well, that's just a big choo-choo, man, baby. Exactly right, son. That's exactly right. Esmond McKenzie says, I want to see if the Broncos can grind out a win. I suspect we will find out tonight. You'd assume so. Melbourne are a very grindy team. But then again, the Storm did get absolutely whooped by the Rabbitohs over the weekend. But that could be a negative for the Broncos rather than a positive because we all know what the Storm can do after losing, let alone like that. Cats what not last. There's a chance. There is a chance of the Dragons, mate. There is a chance of the Dragons. Sheeks Bentley says, Jaden just seems like a GC boy and really loyal. He's very loyal. Very, very loyal, man. Very, very loyal. Chris says, what position do you reckon the Cowboys are going to be at? Similar to kind of where they are. I still think there are a lot better teams than them this year. And we've only seen them win one game in recent, that one game doesn't prove a great deal for me. I did tip it, but I still think the Cowboys are going to be pretty average this year. Giuseppe Ali says, worry about tonight's game as we haven't beaten them since 2016. Every game since, we usually get flogged. Yes, in 2016, and I believe that was in Melbourne. And I believe at Suncorp, we haven't beaten them since 10 or 9 or something ridiculous. Cowboys fan says, Broncos play Panthers next week. Would it be a look-ahead spot? What? Broncos play Panthers next week. Would it be a look-ahead spot? Are you saying that they should just not look at the Storm game and look at the Panthers game? If so, that's insane. That's insane of a comment. Are you saying that the Broncos don't need to care too much about this Melbourne Storm game and are able to skip past it and just think about the Panthers? That is a wild comment. One, the Storm in Melbourne is one, the Storm in Melbourne is just insane. And two, what? Addison Gray says Rabbitohs 13 plus. Well, what do you mean would they be focusing on the Panthers game? They're focusing on the Storm game, man. Storm, they've beaten them once. The Broncos have beaten the Storm once in 14 odd years. Anyway, what you mean? What you mean? As the greatest Rabbitohs 13 plus, I think you're going to be, well, I would love to see you in a Titans shirt with subscribe to BKRsport at that Titans Rabbitohs game at round 14 at us, but I do think the Rabbitohs get a good win. Lion Ballsack says, I have a strong feeling Storm will get a good win tonight around 30-12. That's a big win. That's a big win. The biggest birds is Bronco the best. Loco Doco says, Tigers are going all right for the Tigers. They are going all right for the Tigers. They're buying 2 wins. You can't complain. Spider-Man says, hey, I believe my Storm can do it, so I went to the tab and put $200 for the Storm to win. Well, we get 10% of that. Can't wait. Well, they're only $1.70, so that would be what? $1.70. Is that 160? No, 140. Yeah, I think it's $140 you win back. So you win $340, but you win $140. Spider-Man says, that's right. Again, watching something else says Broncos away. What's going on? Broncos are going to complain. Broncos are going to complain here, mate. Fox Sport lad, the 2023 predicted finish. Top 8 for the Storm is 77%. Broncos 92%. Top 4 for the Broncos 58%, with 35% for the Storm, and then 13% for top 2, whilst the Broncos at 29%. There you go. There you go. Cowboys fan says, I'm saying, would they focus on the No. Edward Sagapolitelli says, Nas first try scorer Storm, we up. Superduck says, up at a Storm. Nate says, sorry boys, I was just looking at my awesome membership icon from Brighton. Get into him, mate. Get into him. Get into him, son. Addison Grace says, have a good night, brother. I will, if the Melbourne Storm can win. Even though I did tip the Broncos. Oh, I will, son. Oh, I will. Zach Hewitt says 34 buck dono sounds alright. 34 buck dono sounds alright, Zach. You know, you can't complain with a bit of this. You can't complain with a bit of that. Thanks for coming. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Hey, look how beautiful that is. I look at the NRL ladder right now on Zakayo, and I see the Gold Coast Titans in his 7th position. And in his 7th position, if they had have, continued to smack up the Eels before letting a lead slip, but winning the game, we would potentially be in the place that I predicted us for pre-season. So, yes, that would have been nice if we could have won that game against the Dolphins as well. It would have been very nice, because if we won the game against the Dolphins, we'd actually be in 3rd place right now. 3rd place. Christopher says, I gotta go, mate. Best YouTuber ever. Appreciate you, bro. Well, we've obviously got 20 minutes to go here until the game does kick off. Like I said, thumbs up, subscribe, get it rocking and rolling. Jack says you carry the Titans fan base. Like, on social media, I can understand what you're saying, but in regards to, in general, the Titans fan base, we have a lot of really devout fans. Like, you can't not have had... If you can still average a decent enough attendance whilst being one of the worst teams in the league for the last over a decade, right? If you can still find a way to get a pretty decent attendance, considering we still get 14,000 to home games, right? And that's in a couple of those, 2021 kind of deal. But when you go back to the mid-2010s, it was a bit more rough. But I know a lot of people who really love this club and care about this club, mate. It's just that you obviously only see me. You only see my content because I'm putting myself out there and defending a club that doesn't have a voice, right? But there definitely is a lot more people like me. Maybe not like me. Obviously, I don't know anyone who travels to every single game, home and away. But in the same sense, I know there's a lot of people who have the same passion. Lagan Balls says, what's happening with Shup? Is he still injured? It's been a bit since Shup has played. No, I don't believe Shup is injured. I think he's just unfortunately got injured. And then BK and Jojo Fafita have been playing well. BK obviously doing well in the attacking, but not so much on the defense, but attacking-wise. And then you've got Jojo Fafita, who's just a really solid player there in that centre. So, unfortunately for Shuppy, it's just, I feel like, and I haven't spoken to Shup since he, I found that he had the injury. But, yeah, obviously, I think he just has to play his way back in. I feel like he has to play his way back in. Jack says, I'm happy that Jaden re-signed. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. We spoke about it before. SuperCoach says 26-18. Don't know who will, but they'll be down to score. Man, you got to give us a who will. You can't give us just a rando score and not say who will. Trucker says, G'day, Jack. Welcome to the channel. Play nice. Play nice, son. Star Wars Fanboy says, Storm have only lost once in Melbourne this year, only to the thrashing from the best team in the comp, so I'll take Storm. Oh, that's right. They lost to the Doggies in Melbourne. Yeah, that's right. Wasn't there a couple of players out there? AJ says, definitely the best YouTube around. Definitely gave me a lot of confidence. Well, no, you just got to crack on, man. Obviously, it's not. I can tell you right now, you got to go with the ups and you got to go with the downs. Like, you will have downs for sure. People don't recognize this. Like, everyone just looks at it as easy and whatnot. Like, with content creation, a lot of it is the mental game. Obviously, it's not the physical game because you usually either sit down or you're at a game or whatnot. Very easy to go down a pretty bad path health-wise doing what we do here, but we're about to kind of really get ourselves back on track with a lot of that because sometimes you can just get really complacent with it all. But yeah, look, obviously the ups come with the downs. You guys have seen what's obviously happened recently. You let them do what they do, bro. You don't even need to reply to it. Like, the amount of bridges that have been burnt on a dramatic level is insane. Like, it's all about how you act and what you do. I know people may think they're doing the right thing, but unfortunately, by doing that, it's now being seen by a lot of people that they don't even understand, have actually seen it. So, yeah, it's all about doing the right thing and just supporting your team and being passionate about it. So that's the biggest advice that I can give to anybody. Because, yeah, you can think you're doing the right thing and then completely and utterly kill yourself in regards to a lot of bigger factors. So, yeah, bless up. Bless up, man. Jackson, who you reckon will win tonight? I've gone the Broncos. But the Storm, obviously, pretty damn well good. Truck and Dunno says, Jumbo, sorry about the slap. Oh, what's he said? A Blaze wearing a cap before he gets a slap. I don't even know what that means. Jack says, can't wait for the vlog. The nice vlog? The nice vlog. That'll come out on Monday. It'll be a good vlog, because I go down with Antonio and Haley on Saturday, and then we stream. And then the next day, we're staying with a friend of ours down there, which is good to see. What's your skincare routine, Blows? What's your skincare routine? That's my skincare routine. Brighton says, Billy Slater and Cam Smith were both in the Storm sheds after last week's game, giving the team a spray that doesn't fill with confidence for tonight. Yeah. Well, you're obviously a very pessimistic Broncos fan rather than an optimistic Broncos fan. It's not negative. I'm not saying that's a negative on you, but you're a pessimistic Broncos fan. So you're always going to look for that kind of potential. You're always going to try and say to do that. You're always going to look at it from that kind of the glass half empty rather than the glass half full. And again, not a negative on you. But for me, I just still feel like the Broncos are the better team here. Jack says 28-16 of the Bronx. But also, I understand what you're saying, Brian. I do understand that it's definitely a bounce back kind of feel here for the Melbourne Storm. But I just still think the Broncos will be able to sneak it. Maybe by 1, 2, 6 points, but yeah. Nate says, Billy Slater and Cam Smith are now in their locker room handing out to... Okay, Doug Jones. Oh, man. Jay says, we all know where that's going. Yeah. Jack says, not being a cocky Broncos fan, by the way. I don't know what you're talking about. You're saying Storm been on and off lately. I didn't even know you were a Broncos fan. Brian says, I wasn't like this in 2015, mate. Our form has forced me to think this way. No, I get it. It's like, look, with me, if I didn't have my social media and I didn't have BKRsport, I would be in a lot more of a consistently realistic level. With YouTube and creating content and whatnot, I'm going to back in my team, which helps me to believe in my team a lot more as well. I genuinely do believe in these boys and whatnot, but with the fact that I'm defending this club on a 24/7 basis, and they've been a club that hasn't really been able to provide me with any kind of support in that sense of like winning games so that I have a lot to back it off, it does really force you to have that glass half full mentality rather than half empty. Because no one wants to sit here and watch me say, oh, maybe the Titans win. I'd love to see it. Look, they're shit ass, but you'd love to see it. It's just negative. Who wants to see that? You want to see someone who is bloody backing their team in, and then I'll give you a realistic opinion, but I'll also tell you that I genuinely believe we're going to win. I just tell it. That's just what I think. That's just how I would watch personally. I don't do anything that's different to how I would want to watch myself. Sharon Makita says this should be a good game. May the best team win. It should be a good game. Nate says cocky Broncos fan. Yeah, you are a muppet. Yes, Nate, correct. Edward Sagapolitelli says well done to Campbell to re-summon Titans loyalty over money. Yeah, it was never going to happen elsewise. It was always going to choose the Titans. It was always going to be the Titans. There was never even a thought in his mind to go elsewhere. Never even thought in his mind. Jack says here that Fletcher Baker some of the Broncos, but we'll find out in 28 hours or 48 hours. Okay, that's okay. Olivia says no one wants to watch Debbie Downer. Yeah, you don't. You want to watch someone who can give you a positive spin, but can also give you a realistic bloody jab. You can. There's the best of both worlds there. I don't want to listen to somebody who's just negatively shitting on everything 24/7. You want to see someone who's bloody passionate about it and can back in their team, but also tell you how good other teams are looking without just being and replying in a biased sense. I'll tell you that I'm being biased and I'm being biased, but I can also watch the game from a non-biased perspective. Now, Nate says, I'm cocky, but I do get nervous with games like this. The first Penrith game next week. Big nerves for my Broncos. Hey, Nate, how about I bring you back down to a nice little level here? You've actually won a wooden spoon more recently than you've made the top 8. There you go. Jack says, Edward not praising Luai in a sentence? It's not allowed. It's not allowed, Jack. It's not allowed. Jay Hayes says, hit the like button, sub up and jump on the chat. It's free on Thursdays. Star Wars Fanboy says, do you think this game has the potential to be a 26-12 type of game? Yeah, for sure. For sure. It definitely does. I think it's more likely to be a 20-18 or 18-16 kind of game to either. But 26-12 could also be that absolute spot on there. Max Fire says thought game was at 7:30 p.m. No, it's at 7:50, mate. Starts at 7:50, so in 10 minutes' time. 10 minutes' time. Edward Sagapolitelli says Sammy Smokey for Queensland. I don't think... I guess he's a smoke. He has been very, very good this season, but I don't think he does get it. I do think that you've got... Xavier Coates there. You've obviously got Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow playing well at the moment. Unfortunately, Corey Oates can't do it. You've got Selwyn Cobbo. Murray Taulangi as well. Obviously, Phil Summer you could throw in there into the mix, even into the centres, but then you've also got Dane Gagai. You've also got what they've done in the past in regards to... Well, you've got Hamiso Valentine-Holmes is a big one as well. So, there is a lot of options that Queensland do have there. I still believe Callum Pong goes to the fullback. I still believe they will do that. Not Reece Walsh, because I do not believe that Reece Walsh is an Origin player. I think he's a great NRL player in spurts, but I do not believe that Reece Walsh is an Origin player. And I find it really difficult to see him having that Origin-esque kind of ability, personally. Because I don't believe he's a good defender. I think he could easily be run over by the likes of Latrell Mitchell in that sense. And I think that New South Wales is just a different breed to when you're playing teams like the Tigers, the Dragons, the Titans, the Cowboys, even the Panthers. But the Panthers, I guess, is New South Wales. But Origin's a very different breed. So I don't see Walsh as an Origin caliber player. He can be very cold. He can also be very hot. But also in those hot moments, it's usually for about 20 minutes in a game. Lucas says, commentator's going to find something new to talk about now that JC has re-signed. Maybe they can easily talk about the fact that JC's re-signed. What happens with Brimo? It's like, no. A lot of people try and find a way to make it out as if JC and AJ don't like each other. It's just so stupid. People just don't get it. They just don't get it. And Jack says, I think Reece Walsh is trying too hard. Do you agree? Trying too hard? You can never try too hard. Luke says, who's worse, Lomax or Dufty? Dufty. Lomax has a lot of potential. AJ Ellis says, are you going to go to the Tim Zoo fight Sunday, June 18 on the Gold Coast? It's I want to, but I also know we get a lot of people who watch these streams when we do a Timmy Zoo fight. But it is on the Gold Coast. I could vlog it. I could. But it's streaming it is also a really good option here. MK says, Broncos will win. Spider-Max says, the Storm start climbing tonight, either way, all the way to the top. Okay. Barton says, Coates and Cobbo make big meters coming out of their own end, but in saying that, so does Sammy. Yeah, Sammy does, and he's a very strong player. And has played Queensland before. Didn't play too well in that Origin game, but in the same sense, they won the series that year. But Sammy has played Origin before. Nate says, Broncos, 1 wooden spoon, Titans, 2 wooden spoons. Yes, correct. But guess who's got the most recent one? Thanks for coming, Nate. Jack says, Kalen Ponga more experienced than Reece Walsh. Yeah, absolutely. He was the best Origin player last year. Both teams. Get my some email says Broncos your spoons get removed when you make finals. They've only got the one though. What's to go with captaincy for SuperCoach this week? I went Nico Hines against the Manly Sea Eagles. Their defense is not good enough, and I feel like yes, that's what I would do. I've gone Nico Hines there. I think it is. I understand Nico burnt us all last week pretty badly. I do. But I still also believe that he's the best captaincy choice for this week, and not to let that be the case. Sorry, I forgot to make a trade here for a certain other team. I need to get Fee and I so that we can make some good money. Otherwise, I will get slapped. If I do not do it. I will get slapped. I don't want to get slapped. I'm not slapping here. Maybe just do that, actually. Because I don't think there's any front row forwards or anything that are really like cash cows at the moment. Yeah, I don't think there's any forwards that are really big cash cows at the moment in that sense. So maybe just leave it. Yes. That's what we'll do. Yeah. I say I put Hines in halfback. Yeah. Alright. One trade used there. Is that right? Correct. By the way, guys, 8 minutes to go until the game starts. So I'm just looking at SuperCoach here quickly. Yeah, let's take that off. Let's take the reserve off Fino and put it on Tyrell Sloan. I know Sloan burnt us as well, but mate, put Tyrell Sloan there. Alright, that's done. Make some good money on Max Fino. Sharks bounce back surely. You'd assume so. Jesse Anderson says, speaking of players on the Titans not liking one another, is there actually any you have inside info on? I'm not going to tell you regardless. Slapper, member for 4 months. Get around, you big fella. Says, dead game. Titans 80 plus this week. Sup on Broncos. I like it. I like so many parts of this. There is so many good parts of what Slapper's just said. Slapper has just said, dead game. Titans 80 plus this week. And suck 1 Broncos. I like it. Lucas Warriors 0 wooden spoons. Yeah, 0 wooden spoons, 0 premiership, 0 everything. So they're very much just like a... Jesse, no. Artist says, what's to go with captaincy for SuperCoach this week? Nick Irons. She's Bentley says, Captain Payne. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I don't mind that one. Let me just quickly go have a look here at what my team's looking like in regards to the old SuperCoach. I would like to see what my team is like. I'd like to go and have a look at my team there. Because I got 1174 last week, even though I captained Nico Hines. So I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that at all. I want to see if I can put a VC on something. Oh yeah, I can VC Payne Haas. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to VC Payne Haas just in case. So I'm going to VC Haas and Captain Hines. That's what the big fella is going to do. Peter Barrack, last morning, everyone. Broncos win today by 8. Come away with a brace. I like it. Notice I took the Titans slapper. It's because you are stupid, but not in that regard. Coil strikes with Roosters aren't making the 8, in my opinion. Yeah, I put him in 5th and I copped a lot of flack for it. Pre-season. I put him in 5th. That's brave. Sheesh. Payne is good, but if he doesn't score a try, he'll just get a serviceable 60 or 70. Most of the time but in the same sense, Payne could score tonight. Payne could definitely score tonight. Only forward I would bring in for cash purposes is Peachy. No, thank you. Jack Sales put Matt Burton to 5'8". Don't like it, but I'm not sure to switch to Ezra Mam. Tyree says if New South Wales lose this year, they should move away from the Penrith contingent in the 17. If New South Wales lose this year, let's just put them in Guatemala. Let's just move the whole state of New South Wales to Guatemala. I think that's what we do here. Joyce says I went Cleary. He was looking real good last week after those couple of double weeks he had with his groin. I agree. I don't mind it, but Cleary's playing the Roosters too. Cleary could have a big game, but it's also the Roosters who can also have a big game themselves, so it's a big risk. 5 minutes to go here until game kicks off. Lando Legend says hello mate. Warriors are a ghost team. Coil Strike says Roosters aren't making the 8. Boogie says Captain Nico, Gutho or Haas. Gutho, Eels are playing the Raiders. I don't mind it, but Haas is okay, but it has to be Nico. Lando Legends, I'm new here. I'm a Storm supporter. I hope they get the win tonight. They're the favourites. They are the favourites, but I have not tipped you. Nate's starting to think there's a bias against the Bron champs in here. Thoughts, Brighton? How about this one for proof? How about this one? How about this one for a bit of proof here? Yep, we'll be seeing ya. Shady Winner says, Titans will come 7th in my opinion. No, they'll come 6th. That's where I had them pre-season, and that's where we want to be. Fittler was a great player, but horrible coach. Lena Legend says, I tipped the Storm by 8, but I'm not very familiar with the NRL as I'm from Victoria. That's fun, man. Obviously, you know, it's good to see other fans from other places starting to get into it and getting a lot of Americans telling me that they've been loving the rugby league, and obviously a lot of Victorians as well have been saying they've been getting into the old NRL, because I don't think the AFL has been good this year. It has been, but it also hasn't been of the same standard that we've seen in the NRL, where it's just been everyone's talking about it because of how close it is, how many upsets we're seeing, you know, how many big scores and close scores that we're seeing. So it's a great season to jump on the NRL bandwagon, and it just keeps on moving. It keeps on moving. Shady Winner says, I saw you at the Titans vs Broncos game, by the way. Pretty hard to miss me. I'm the only mutabish in that entire stadium with a drum, a massive musical instrument, and I'm also the loudest person in that entire stadium. I'm the loudest person in any stadium. Just ask anyone who went to Magic Round on the weekend. Giant988 says, I hope Payne Haas doesn't go to Union. He won't. I'm more into AFL, but NRL I've got some more interest when I watch the Rugby League on TV. Yeah, Rugby League is a very big TV sport because you can see the entire field. You can see all the players on one little 10-metre section, whilst the AFL is obviously much more enlarged on the field, so you can't see necessarily where the ball's being kicked to. So it's a lot better to watch it at the game rather than NRL, where you can easily sit at home and watch the entire game here with all the better angles and whatnot. So I get it. I got Tino as vice captain. Mate, you should put him as captain. I mean, there's no point putting a guy on Sunday as vice captain. Realistically, there's no point. Lando says, I have been to a Storm game before a few times. I'm so sorry. Jesse says, this year's NRL has been unrivaled in my opinion. Love a series where it's almost anyone's to win. It is anyone's to win. Like, it really is. I could make an argument for you for a lot of teams right now. I could make an argument, like a small argument for a lot of teams, but also an argument for a lot of teams after 10 rounds, which tells you everything you need to know. Jay. Call Straight says Anthony Mundine should coach the Dragons. There's still more arrogant Bronx fan than insults Blaze throws at the club, mate. Yep, correct. That is correct. That is very correct. That is correct. Get my wife's name out your mouth. Says, last year I went to Seabus, I could hear you from the other side of the stadium. Mate, you can hear me from Mount Tambourine. You could hear me from Penrith when the Gold Coast Titans are playing. Cowboys fans, do you see the Roosters making the 8? They're paying $4 to miss it. Thoughts? I think they make it. I think they make it, to be fair. I think they still make it. I know they've not been great this season, but I think they still make it. I think they still make it, man. But the Storm are about to come out here for the game. I just want a good game, man. I just want a good game. So South, the Broncos, and the Dolphins all have not played a bye just yet. They all have not had their bye. They're the only teams in the top 8 who haven't had it just yet. So that's a good thing for them. It means the Broncos are actually on 18 points, right? Well, I guess everyone gets their 3 byes, so who gives a shit, really? But it's like when some teams have had their bye and some teams haven't, then it does kind of... it throws a spanner in the works in regards to having to, you know, calculate where teams would be. Like, if you add everyone's buy-in right now, the Broncos are actually up. Well, no, they're by 4, but the Rabbitohs are up by 4 on their next opposition. Jesse says, I'm tempted to back the Titans in the game on the weekend because I don't feel like being out-voiced by you. If you're going to the game in the Knights-Titans game, then yes, you will be out-voiced by me. You would be. You would be, Jesse. It's not going to be close, mate. It's not going to be close because the thing is, right, is a lot of people, right, they're a lot more nervous in public situations. For me, I'm not nervous in public situations. Like, I can scream at Suncorp. I can scream. Bulldogs will be interesting because I know what the Bulldogs fan base can be like. But it's a core. Like, I don't know where I'll be sitting. I don't know where the away bay is. I don't know if it's near the Kennel and whatnot. I'm not nervous at all. But it's like, the Bulldogs have a reputation. But last year was pretty fine, though. I didn't have any problem with Bulldogs fans really last year. Like, they were going at me, and the team as a wanker and whatnot. It was pretty brutal, but in the same sense, there was no physical violence. Play time is nearly finished. Time to go home. So Broncos are running out here onto the field. Another disappointing crowd in Melbourne, considering. Like, it's 8 p.m, lads. Come on, mate. Come on, man. You're playing the Broncos. You're playing the top of the table. You're playing the top of the table, man. Come on. All right, here we go. Like I said, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. This crowd's quiet. Can't hear things because I don't give a shit. Like, there are obviously going to be fans who care about the Storm, but also as an overall contingent, most don't as an overall contingent. All right, here we go. Storm running out of the field. Let's get it, baby. Right, just fire up your AFL Muppets. All right, guys, comment in the chat right now. Put a storm emoji or put a horse emoji. Put a storm emoji if you think the Storm win, or put a horse emoji if you think the Broncos win. Again, why something now says, do you think there'll be another team that was a wanker chant? Of course. But they did that like 20 times in that last game, so hopefully it's less. Dasmate says the away bait isn't near the kennel. Oh, Dasmate, you're going to be running from me, aren't you? Yeah, Dasmate's running. He's sprinting, son. Yeah, old Dasmate, he's out of here. He's out of here. EQ says, coming to Melbourne Storm. Star Wars fanboy says, expect an 80-point thrashing next week, Blaze. You have been warned. Mate, I don't support the Dogs, though. I don't support the Dogs. But I appreciate that comment for the Titans, though. You know, I don't support the Doggies, so I don't have to expect an 80-point thrashing. But I do appreciate that, considering that you think the Titans are going to get an 80-point win. Sheesh Benny says, just watching you while doing my homework. Thank you, Sheesh. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, Daz has gone the Unicorns. Daz mate's been saying Lakers in 6 all series long. He has been saying Lakers in 6. Definitely wasn't saying Lakers in 5. Has been saying Lakers in 6. Lion Balls says, no, put a clown emoji if you think the Broncos will win. That's a good point. That's a very good point. But then again, that is really just solidified for Dan. That is solidified for the old Dan. But all right, Storm will kick this ball off here. Munster kicks it off, and the Broncos will start from 5 minutes inside their own in goal. And Thomas Flagler will bring this ball out to the 10 now. Should be a good game here. Spider-Man. Oh my God. Storm on the first tackle will give away a penalty. That's crazy. On the first tackle, the Storm will give away a penalty. You've got to be shitting me, son. Rango ref. Is there a strip here? Is there a strip? Yeah, it is. Like, that's terrible there from Remus Smith. Remus Smith, that is dreadful to do. It's a dead set penalty. Spider-Man says, I'm a Storm supporter since I was 5. I'm now 23. Well, you've seen some success, and you've also seen some cheating. You have. Brian says, oh shit, the red-haired ref. Warriors in 7, the Cordy doesn't miss. Mate, Chicago Bulls have got the second round bye, so we'll be right to play in the third round, but maybe they might still give us the third round bye as well. But it's pretty obvious that the Bulls have already won the NBA, so it's all good. Reece Walsh now will run this ball to the 50. It'll be third tackle of the Broncos. If this was Suncorp, that's a knock on. What are you talking about? What are you? Oh, Payne us really locked down in the tackle. That was a really great tackle by Harry Grant, Tuikami Kamitha and Josh King. So right side here, Paddy Carrigan, still without a try in his career. Fit tackle to the 35. Stephanie Curry has never beat the Lakers in a playoff series. Lakers in 6. Is that true? Has he actually never beat the Lakers in a playoff series? That's a high ball there. Good take, but man, he brought back to about 2 meters out. Good work there by Tony Staggs and Jordan Rookie. Justin Olam out to the 7 or so. Second tackle. Only 2 minutes gone here. Need to see some more here from the Storm. I know it's only been 2 minutes in, but we need to see a good set here because the Broncos have started off well, got a penalty, got some good meterage, and right now they're keeping the Storm inside their own 25, which sets up a good precedent for this first bit of the game. It sets it up. Right-hand side, Josh King gives it off, and Elias Katoa will get this ball to the 35. Fit tackle. Not many meters on this set at all. I hate to get the ring, though. No, that's not the Bulls. The Bulls to get the ring. So Munster will kick that ball. I think he wants that. And we're back. All right, Reece Walsh. Yeah! Reece Walsh away! Walsh away! He's to the 40. To the 45. He cuts back in at the 50. Nice one by Reece Walsh. And that defense of the Storm was all over the shop, son. All over the shop. Rabbitohs fans not happy. Not happy there looking at that Storm defense. Oh, good hit there, however, from Trent Loiero. That should actually be... Oh, that's a penalty. Wow, they didn't call anything. All right, so Staggs now gets his ball to the 40. Taylor said this is the first time he's played us, I'm pretty sure. Really? Wow. Well, let's be fair, the Lakers weren't that great before LeBron came. All right, Flagler now gets his ball to the 25. Nichols says, go the Gold Coast Titans. Yes, they're not playing right now, but I appreciate you. All right, left-hand side now, Ezra Mam. Ezra Mam at the back here to Kurt Capewell. Took too long. He'll go over the sideline here. Yep. And, wow, he stayed just in. Half a metre in. All right, Fitz Taylor, the Broncos. Momentum's all with them at the moment. Right-hand side of Reynolds at the 20. And a little dink over the top. And not a good kick. But that could arguably... I do think Farnworth was taken out of that. I disagree with that call. I probably think... Oh, here we go. Good little running by Jerome Hughes. Geez, Storm are under a gigantic amount of pressure, though. If they can try and hold out for this first 10 minutes with all this pressure on them, It'll be really good for them. They're struggling to get any 75% possession to the Broncos so far, 25 to the Storm, and they're struggling to get any kind of get going here. They're struggling to get any go forward. Cool strikes and thoughts on Mitchell Pearce maybe coming back to the NRL. Yeah. Spider says, come on, Storm, hold the line. Storm plays at 10 metres in front of Munster. Yeah, I know, but that's fine. What happened was fine. Fit tackle at the 30. Oh. They're bringing the heat here early, man. They are bringing the heat here early. Let's see if the Broncos can, get some good attack going off these possessions. Oh, Jesse Arthur's crunch-a-runo, son. Ah, boy. Crunch-a-runo in the tackle there. Jesse Arthur's, welcome back, sir. Second tag went out at the 40. It'll be Reece Walsh here with the ball at the 40. Gets it back and goes right inside Selwyn Cobbo, who gets crunched down 45 metres out here from the line. Yeah, Broncos are starting off here really strongly. They're starting really strongly here. Payne Haas with a strong run at the 45, fourth tackle. But again, it's really just based off of their defense rather than their attack. The attack hasn't really showed a great deal until now. Ezra Man! 25 metres out, fifth tackle. And this is reminding me a great deal of the Manly versus Titans game a couple of weeks ago in Brookvale. Nothing to knock on. It's gone over the sideline. Storm ball. It's reminding me a lot. Manly had a lot of the ball. They just went bang, 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 and couldn't score. They got 2 points, and then the Titans from there just actually took it away and, didn't say... they just kept on going. What's going on here? Let me click on something for a second. Yeah, I thought so. I thought this had frozen. I was like, I couldn't see anything coming from the chat. I was like, I thought it was frozen. Iggy says, Mexican mouth guard. Herbie unmarked and went the cutout. I know, crazy. So Storm now gets ball to 30, and that could change a lot of momentum there. Cooper Johnson says, the Broncos are probably my favourite team to watch at the moment, apart from my Eels, of course, only turning 40. I don't think that the Eels would be your favourite team to watch right now, Cooper. I don't think so. Your favourite team to watch is actually the Gold Coast Titans, Cooper. And that is a fact, not an opinion. Fourth tackle left the Storm at the halfway point. They go right-hand side here. But yeah, the Broncos do play exciting footy. Josh King drops it backwards. Munster, just take the tackle, bro. Munster nearly got through there. Could get the offload away. Could still get the offload away. No, held. Fit tackle. Oh, that's got to be 6 again. Alex says, Martin to power for a hattie hat trick off the bench. That's some more Tigers propaganda there from Alex. Another case of trying to score on every play. Yeah, you're not wrong. So first tackle here for the Broncos. They're at the 15. Love watching Reynolds' kicks. Reynolds' kicks are pretty okay to watch, yeah, for sure. I think who would I say? I tell you what, Tanner Boyd has really improved his kicking game recently. It's been great to see because that was probably my biggest complaint. Not conversion kicking. I'm talking about like in-game kicking. That's regressed, the conversion kicking. But his in-game kicking has really impressed me lately. Watching the Squeals lose is fun. It is very fun sometimes, especially when they play your team. As in the Gold Coast Titans. Alex started the drinks on Thursday. Alex has never not been drinking. The last time Alex wasn't drinking was the 31st of February. And that will be taken down there at the 20. Good take there. Still have really held out here nicely. The Broncos have been getting a decent amount of possession and position on the field, but just can't, do anything ultimately. Forwards really improved his try-scoring game. Yeah, scoring 2 tries for the first time in a very long time. Oh, that's arguably a high tackle. No, apparently not. Third tackle leave for the Storm at the 35. There's still no meters, though. Elias Katoa, get the offload away if you can. He cannot do it. Nate says, my dream is to see the Dolphins, Titans, and Broncos in the top 4 and Cowboys coming last. Oh, Nate, you are a muppet. You really are a muppet. You've named a team there that doesn't exist. The Dolphins do not exist. So Munster puts that ball up in the air, and the first time the Broncos will have to really come out of their own end unless... Oh, it's in the air. That's a tackle in the air. That's a penalty for tackle in the air, absolutely. Remus Smith... Oh, that's Xavier Coates, actually. I don't know why Xavier Coates is surprised there. It was very much a tackle in the air. Very much so. Not even close. It wasn't even close. So was Van said, I love watching Loffy, but should have passed the forum for the Hattie. I love how this is a complaint. It's like, if he doesn't get it, then it's like, okay, you complain he doesn't pass the forum there. But he scored the try. Who gives a shit how he scores the try? I'm not having to go, you're having to go at the general consensus who complain about this. If Loffy's kick doesn't work out, and Gutho gets the ball, or it goes dead, or blah, blah, I get complaining about it. But Loffy scored. So it's like, Loffy got a double. It's like, I get passing the ball, but in the same sense, he scored. He didn't not score. So there's nothing wrong with what he did. It's just people wanting to see Foz get his hat-trick. And it's like, that's great that Foz could get his hat-trick. But I'll just say to try. Jack Rabbit says, Brisbane are finally not playing at Suncorp. Yeah, it's crazy, mate. You never would have thought you'd see the day. Adam Reynolds here, right inside of Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh here at the 45, gets it off to Staggs. Staggs here to Selwyn Cobbo. And Cobbo falls over at about 35 metres out from the line. So 10 minutes gone here, guys, in the first half. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe for new around here. Adam Reynolds to Paddy Carrigan. Carrigan gets it to the 30 now. Fit tackle. Reece Walsh hitting a lot tonight, but just hasn't been able to find that final pass at the moment. Reynolds back on the inside of Reece Walsh. Oh, that's silly. Oh, silly Broncos. On fit tackle, no. No, Broncos, you don't do that. Adam Reynolds, kick that ball, bro. Gives the ball back into the inside of Reece Walsh instead. Doesn't kick it, and that's what happens, son. That's what happens. Brighton says, geez, the Storm are going to be tough to beat tonight. I agree, based off this. I agree. Magapaki says, Suncorp needs a mandatory 11-day stand down to recover. Do you guys play at home next week, Broncos fans? Who do you play next week? 15 minutes, Storm try. Okay, mate. Jerome Hughes here, right side to Remus Smith. I tell you what, if the Storm are able to score first here, that'd be insane. 6 again here for the Storm. That's huge. All right, here's their first attack of the game here. Melbourne Broncos have had a few, but the Storm haven't had one yet. Here we go. Oh, boy. Hold on tight. Put your seatbelt on, Broncos fans, because you've had all the ball in the first 10 minutes, and now the Storm have been able to hold you out, and now if they score here, it'll be huge. It would be huge. Right-hand side here, Munster to Jerome Hughes. Hughes here by himself. Doesn't get through. Taking out the 23rd tackle. Geez, Broncos are going to be very careful in regards to their discipline here in defense. Harry Grant, massive gap! Harry Grant! Oh, this is huge gap of the Broncos defense. Lucky they got it down just beforehand. 4 tackle here, 2 metres out of the line. Munster out to Welsh. Welsh will get taken down 3 metres out from the line. Shit, here we go. Storm, Harry Grant. Oh, the Broncos defense is dribble at the moment. Oh my God. Like, they're lucky Harry Grant didn't just score, but then Munster, that's too easy. What's this middle defense there from Carrigan? That's on Carrigan, that. That's on Carrigan, that. I don't know why Carrigan's yelling at somebody else there. He's come in there well and truly. Carrigan has come in well and truly there, and then Munster has just broken through. You can't blame Kurt Catewell. Kurt Catewell's the only one who even gets a touch on him and has to come across there. Munster way too easy up the middle. Makes it 4-0 here with a hit to come. Oh, Broncos, is this bogey curse really seriously real? Is it really seriously real? Because right now, you just had a dominating 10 minutes, didn't get jack, and then did what I was telling you. It was a comparison to the Manly and Titans game. Look at that. That's on Carrigan, man. Why is he yelling at anybody else besides himself? I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. It's wild to me. Why are you yelling at anybody else? You're the one who was the reason for that try being scored there, Carrigan. Trucker says, Cowboys fan, way too early. Wait until Blaze reacts. He knows the rules, bro, as Jay says. No, if you do it again, Cowboys fan, you know what's going to happen, bro. Magapaka says, best player in the league. Munster, I would agree with you. I would agree with you. Spike so I told you so. No, you didn't, because you said the 15th minute. So, no, you didn't. Well said, Trugger. Not surprised by Cowboys fan behaviour. Richard Ricks, get around you, brother. Get around you. Alright, so 13 minutes gone here. It will be a Storm ball as they go up 6-0. Sheeks Bentley says, F you Munster, but I love Paddy, but he can't yell at Flegler for not tackling him, but Paddy came up too early. Paddy clearly comes inside there to get that inside runner to become a Kamitha, and then starts yelling at somebody else. It's like, come on, bro. Robert Ephraim says, let's go to Broncos. All right, so it's going to be a Storm here, 15 metres out from their own line. Oh, did he lose that ball? Oh, that was close. I think he lost that ball there. I swear he the commentary's talking about it now. I swear he lost that ball in the tackle there, but the referee didn't see it. So right hand side here, Harry Grant, and he'll get taken down at the 35. Nice little run. Nice little run there. I think he's a Broncos fan. Exactly right, Truckin. Exactly right. Christian Welsh. You'd think it's Nate, actually. You would think it's actually, in fact, Nate. Eh? All right, Storm here at the 45. Harry Grant gets that ball outside, and good little run back into the inside by, I think that's Nick Meaney, is it? It is. I don't know what's going to happen with Pappenhausen, eh? They put that ball up there. Good chase here by Xavier Coates, but it wasn't high enough. And then Cobo gets taken back down 5 metres out. The Storm have got a massive bit of momentum here. Oh, you could argue that was a mistake. Play the ball by the Broncos. And here come the Storm, man. Broncos fans are going to start getting a little bit nervous. Nate Jasons in that first 10 minutes gave Broncos a false sense of dominance. Yeah, well, they had a lot of dominance, but didn't do shit with it. And then the Storm score one set up the other end. They score one set on the other end. Paul Flegler's just a lovable oaf from the country. So, Payne Haas. I've never seen what people see in Flegler personally. Never seen it. Cowboys fans mad they ain't in the top 8. No, Cowboys fans are just thankful they're not in last place right now. Alright, so the Storm here. Nick Meaney gets out of the 20, 25. Good little running by Nick Meaney. That camera angle was dreadful. Looked like he was going to be away there. So first tackle now at the 35. The Storm have really wrestled this momentum back. I made a good comparison with that Manly Titans game. I did. You did. I make a good comparison. Third tackle now at the halfway point. 15 minutes in here. So, hey, Spider Mech, how's Mr. I Told You So? I thought you meant to score on the 15th minute. You didn't. Yeah, I didn't, mate. Not try at the 15-minute mark. You did 5 minutes ago, but that wasn't when you said it. Tuikami Kamitha. He'll get this offload away. Oh, they're going to score again here. They've got numbers galore. Munster. Munster. Oh, it's a high tackle, but Justin Olam! Justin Olam with the try time. And they're trying to argue a shoulder charge here. This could be a penalty try. Oh, Justin Olam's not happy with this. He thinks he hasn't scored. And then Xavier Coates is saying shoulder charge. I don't know about that. And that's a shoulder charge for sure. That is a shoulder charge 100%. Yeah, but hold on. It's clearly a shoulder charge here, Bunker. There's no wrapping motion here at all. What do you mean? That's a clear shoulder charge. That is a blatant shoulder charge. What do you mean? What about the shoulder charge, Bunker? Holy shit. Holy shit, that's outrageous. That's outrageous that that's not being called as a shoulder charge. That is absolutely outrageous that that's not classed as shoulder charge. Holy shit, our game is just so inconsistent, eh? Like, it really is insane. It's insane the stupidity of people who are meant to be the ones knowing what they're talking about. Like, it's baffling. Like, it's actually baffling that that doesn't get called. Yeah, hold on, mate. As a Broncos fan, that should be a report for Reece Walsh. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. Like, even Broncos fans can see what we just witnessed and 6 again with the Broncos here. It's so wank because we see it every week. We see it every week with the inconsistency. The commentary's talking about it. Everyone's talking about it. It's like, it's just baffling, man. And it's like, if you want to look at it this way, he scores that try if it's not for the... And again, I've tipped the Broncos here. I've tipped the Broncos in this game, but the Storm definitely looked like a better team. And that can decide a game. Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh here gets the offload away, and they're going to score a try. They're going to score a try here. They're going to score a try. If they score a try here, it's bullshit. If they score a try here, this game's been ruined for me. They're going to say... If they claim penalty try here for the Broncos, it'll be insane. Yeah, he wouldn't take Justin out without doing a... we wouldn't take Justin without doing a shoulder charge. You're right. Knee, oh, his hand touches it. There'll be a knock on. Or does his hand touch it or not? Am I crazy? Oh, maybe not. Oh, I think it's his knee. I don't know. Yeah, I'm okay with it being on the knee. Toxic Edmonds said that should be a penalty try for shoulder charge. It should have been. It should have been. But the Broncos here... So they're looking now to see if this is a... But he's trying to get to the ball. Like, you can't complain. Okay, look at this. So Harry Grant's looking at the ball the entire time. The ball is behind Farnworth. Like, there's nothing wrong with what Harry Grant's done there. He's trying to get to the ball. Yeah, absolutely. What? Oh, this game's bullshit, bro. This game's bullshit, bro. They're the same penalty try. You're joking. What is Harry Grant meant to do in that situation? That's bullshit. Holy shit. This game is outrageous. This sport is a joke. The other side. That's bullshit! The Melbourne Storm should have had a penalty try on the other side of the field, and instead they got the other end of the field and give a penalty try to the Broncos. That's dog shit, and I'll take the Broncos in this game. But that's outrageous. It's stupidity that every single person can see that there is clearly a shoulder charge on the other side of the field from Reece Welch. They don't even look at it. They don't talk about it at all. But they go up on the other side of the field, then give the Broncos a penalty try in a way more debatable situation than the other one. How is Harry Grant meant to get to the ball? They're both going for the ball in that situation, as the bunker has just outlined. The bunker has just outlined that you are entitled to go for the ball there. How is Harry Grant... What is he meant to do there? Is he meant to just stand there and just allow him to get the ball there? Because the ball's in front of him. It's crazy. It's... Like, Adam Reynolds is out here. Something's happened with him. If you want to call that a penalty try, I don't care. If you want to call that a penalty try, I'm okay with it, but I also don't understand what Harry Grant's meant to do in that situation. I don't understand. But to not call that other one at the other end of the field, the only reason the Broncos have scored there is because they didn't call the other one at the other end of the field. Because instead of it being 10-0 with a kick to come from the sideline, instead, they allowed that to be played on there from Reece Welch. They would have scored a try there. It would have been a try. Oh. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Star Wars Fanboy says, if I was a Storm fan, I'd be absolutely pissed off and disgusted. No Broncos fan should even defend this. Well, it's like, look, because that should have been a penalty try for Justin Olam. So that's then 12-0 because it's right in front. But it's like, I'm okay with that being given a try. Because I'm like, okay, technically there is a bit of pushing in there, but in the same sense, like, he's trying to get to the ball. But I'm okay with it. What we're angry about is that it should have been 12-0 at the other end of the field because of the fact that Justin Olam only didn't score the try based on a shoulder charge that you are not allowed to do. That is the issue here. Like, that is the issue. Tyree says that 2023 skip says the Broncos should win the Prem. Nate says the initial contact isn't the penalty. The fumbling on top of him was, but you're right. What was Grant supposed to do? Absolutely. Jado says, how is it not a shoulder charge? Justin, that's exactly right, Jado. Adam Reynolds is gone, by the way. Bless up to the big fella, eh? Bless up to him. I hope he can't. Oh, he's not going to come back tonight, but I hope he's all right. So now the Broncos have lost their number 7, mind you. Coral Strikes, I'm more pissed about what happened at the other end of the field. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're literally annoyed about. Because again, I've tipped the Broncos here. Like, I've tipped the Broncos to win this game. But if you see it, if you watch this game, you know every Broncos fan in the chat at the time said that should have been a penalty try. It is very clearly the only reason that Justin Olam did not score was because of the shoulder charge. Truly, slow motion changes optics. Yeah, that's true too. Zach says we'll still lose. We still lose out on try. Yeah, and again, if that's a try to the Storm, the Broncos don't get the ball back in the same situation that they were in, and from there, the Storm, it's a completely different game. So it's 12-0. The Storm have the momentum, they have the domination, and they've just scored through a penalty try, and the ball is now with Melbourne from instead. But now, and also the injury to Adam Reynolds doesn't actually happen there because the ball is not put there. That's why I say to people all the time, 7 minutes in here, but that's why I say to people all the time, if little calls change games. Little calls, that's a big call, but little calls change games because the ball is in a different place at a different time and the whole game then changes completely. We want fair play. But it's like, out of all teams, the Storm have gotten their fair of really good calls for years now. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that the Storm are one of the bottom feeders like a Titans or Warriors or Tigers or Knights kind of deal that have received quite a few bad calls through time, comparatively to the Storm, who have got a lot of beneficial calls when they were up. But it's just that was so blatantly, obviously, a shoulder charge that you have no idea how to discuss this game and talk about this game and provide a fair game based off of the fact that that wasn't called a shoulder charge, but I guarantee you tomorrow night or Saturday or Sunday, you will see the exact same thing get called a sin bin. Or a penalty try, everything. You'll see the exact same thing happen. And Nate says, yeah, agreed, I got no issue with this call, but what was that Olam one not a call? Should be at least a professional foul. Ren will be out next week as well. Oh, absolutely, mate. But I hope he's all right, mate. I hope he's all right. 4 tackle here for the Storm at the halfway point. Harry Grant's going to go 6 again here for the Storm. So Elliot Katoa gets his ball to the 35. Matty James, get around and appreciate you for joining up as the BKRmy, bro. Appreciate you, mate. Appreciate you. Harry Grant rides on Jerome Hughes. Hughes now gets it off to Remus Smith for the 22nd tackle now for the Melbourne Storm. They were holding his neck, so I think a head knock. Yeah, it looked like his head came down pretty heavy on the ground. I was too focused and outraged about the previous shit that was happening. But I'm pretty certain as he went to try and score the try, his head really came down very heavily in the grass and must have bent his neck back. So I really pray he's okay, man. I really pray he's okay. I'd be grabbing my neck brace right now if I had one, but I haven't been able to get one because I broke it celebrating too hard at the Titans-Eels game. Jerome Hughes left hand side into Munster. Munster here, short ball. Meaney taken down. Is that Meaney? No, I don't even know that. It's in 6 again, though. 5 minutes out from the line is Trent Luero. So right-hand side here, Harry Grant gets up to Welsh. Welsh here will be 5 minutes out from the line. Matty James here around the Titans. Lovely work, mate. Lovely work. Mr. Puggy says that was not a bad call. Farmworth was held back before Grant. Oh, bro, you don't have a clue what you're talking about, bro. Sit down and let the adults speak for a second. So it's going to be 5 minutes out from the line, third tackle. 20 minutes gone here in the first half. Guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here. Broncos fans, if you're ever going to say that wasn't a shoulder charge by Justin Olam, please leave. Like, you have no idea about rugby league. If you think that Justin Olam was not shoulder charged by Reece Walsh, you have no idea about rugby league, respectfully. Okay, so please don't even try and clarify the Justin Olam one, because even Broncos fans here, everyone knows that was a shoulder charge. Like, everyone knows. Which then means the Broncos don't go up the other end of the field on the next set. That is the issue that we find here. That is the issue that we find here. But again, what is Harry Grant meant to do? I'm okay with it being given a try. I'm okay with it being given a penalty try. But what is Harry Grant meant to do in that situation? And the only reason we're talking about this is because of the call that wasn't made on the other side of the field. That's the issue here. Giants is big test for the Broncos now. Especially with that Adam Reynolds, yeah. Like, you should be even... to be fair, Broncos fans, you should complain about the other call too, because Adam Reynolds doesn't get injured there if that call was made. Alright, so Broncos here, second tackle. Martin Tapau gets the ball to the 23. And it's like, you guys know me. We're very passionate about the game. You guys are very passionate about the game. These games get heated, especially in close games like this, and especially when controversial calls like that are made. But again, I tips the Broncos. Payne Haas here. Good run by Payne. Second best Haas in the business. Salvas fanboy says, Ranger ref back at it again. FYI, I know it's Bunga's fault, but I'm going to blame Ranger ref anyway. Oh, penalty. It's going to be a... they're going to play it on here. It's going to be a penalty. The Broncos are going to quick... Oh, wow! The ref just called play on. The Broncos are about to score a try, and he brings it back. He played it on. Why is he calling this back? That was a Broncos try. Now I'm angry that the Broncos didn't just score a try. He called play on until the Broncos broke away. That should have been a Broncos try. I guess that kind of now makes up for it. Like, in a way. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is just such poor officiating. Such poor officiating. And you guys know me, I don't complain about the rest, bro. I don't complain about the rest, but this is such poor officiating. From second tackle, 22 metres out here from the line. Hey, give it off here to Carrigan. Carrigan hit Ezra Mam. Ezra Mam at the back end. Reece Walsh over the top. Chance here for Jesse Arthurs. Taken down 8 metres out from the line here. Third tackle. It's like, it should be 6-0. This should be... Oh, no. I don't even know how to explain this game. Right hand side here. Goes behind Payne Haas. Taking down 10 metres out from the line. 4th tackle. He feel bad what he did with the Storm, so he made up for it. Yeah, but it's like the Broncos don't... Oh, that's a knock on. That's a knock on. So we Broncos 6 again here, 10 metres out. Like, yeah, but this whole game was changed because of a horrid call. Footy guys just ended it up and I'm still pissed off. Yeah, because the whole game's different because it would have been 12-0 rather than 6-6. That's why you're still pissed off. Because the game can't be changed from here. Like, it can be still fun. This is a good game. It's passionate. We're all heated. We're all having fun. But that call will never be changed. It'll always be that way. And although we know what the score would have been, it now doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. So that's why you're still going to be pissed off regardless. So 17.5 minutes to go in the first half. Broncos with a chance here to take the lead. Luke says, NRL refs equality ruining games. Yeah, I don't buy into the whole, woe is Warriors 24/7. I feel like every team cops it at some stage. Look at, for example, Storm have received a lot of beneficial calls in their life, but tonight they got dudded completely. It just proves that it really is just incompetence at times. But a lot of games people just complain with regardless. Second tackle. Oh, Billy Walters had players galore on the right-hand side and past that. That's why I think the Broncos win the premiership if they have better hooker than Billy Walters. I say it all the time. Ezra Mam here taking down 13 metres out from the line. Third tackle here. Ezra Mam rolls it back to Billy Walters. Walters at the back here to Carrigan. Carrigan at the back here to... Sags to Flegler. And Flegler taking down 5 metres out. 6 again here with the Broncos. 6 again. Billy Walters at the back here to Carrigan. Carrigan to Tapau, and Tapau will get taken down 8 metres out here from the line. Second tackle now. They roll it back to Billy. Billy off to Ezra Mam. Ezra Mam short ball. Kate Well! 3 metres out from the line. What happened to Reynolds? Reynolds went off there with something to do with his head or his neck. Hope he's alright, man. Ezra Mam! No, Ezra, the wrong play. 4 tackle here, 5 metres out from the line. 4 tail, 5 metres out. Billy Walters goes left-hand side there. They shaped up and... Oh! Chance here! I think he scored. I think it's a Broncos try. Here for Jesse Arthurs. Like, the game's been ruined, but, that's a good try. But I'm pretty certain that's a try there. Like, see, this is what I mean when calls dramatically change games. From a game that should have been 12-0 Storm is now going to be 12 or 10-6 with the kick to come to the Broncos. That's the issue that people don't get. Yeah, it's in. It's a try. Luke's the shoulder charge penalty try. We know, man. We know. And unfortunately, it's just going to have to go on from here. But this win will be tainted for the Broncos if they win the game. It really will be. That's terrible defence, by the way, from William Warbrick. Really bad defence from William Warbrick. But that is it is a really good season for Jesse Arthurs so far. That makes us wait for Mr. Strimmer to say try, average Broncos fan. Yeah. Harbour Bridge pass. It was a nice pass there from Reece Walsh. But this game is tainted regardless now, and it sucks, man. On the bright side, Jesse Arthurs on my multi. Love that. Yeah, Warbrick's really solid on attack, but defensively, I just don't think he's up to it. But I think, and I was saying Warbrick preseason is great, and I think he's still a very solid prospect, but just defensively, he's a little bit, Jada says Broncos have 14 men, some redhead who's not sure about the rules. It's actually not the referee's fault for the no shoulder charge penalty try. It's the bunkers. Reece Walsh misses the kick. So 10-6 here. Refs should take accountability for their blatant mistakes. It's just... It was painful watching that. It was painful. Once again, the refs keep the Broncos in the game. Olivia says that was a good attack and set the fact they didn't try and score off every play. We are learning. This game has been poisoned. This game has been poisoned. Broncos will not get the credit they deserve for winning this game, and the Storm, if they win this game, it'll be Storm against the refs still won. So, like, the Broncos lose here. Like, you can win the 2 points, which is great. That's obviously what you want. But regardless, in the eyes of the public, you guys lose this game. Not for me, necessarily. I want to see how the game plays out. But it dramatically changed a game that was very in favour of the Storm. And fairly, too. We need the bunker to check the bunker. That'd be nice. Even the Broncos win, we all know who the real winner is. No, that's not true, Spider-Man. Even the Broncos win, we all know who the real winner is. No, it's not true. There's a knock on there for the Broncos. That's not what you do after a try screen set. That's not true, Spider-Man. It was still the 20th minute of the game. They're going to challenge us here, the Brisbane Broncos. Watch the bunker give it to it. So they're going to challenge this here. Carrigan looks like he's looking to offload it here. Oh, he just lost that ball. Oh, no, he has stripped it, yeah. That is a strip there from Harry Grant. No, it's challenge successful. It's a good challenge. It's a good challenge. All right, so penalty there to the Brisbane Broncos. And I know Dasmate and Jay are about to reply to someone with their specialty comments. And that ball's going to go out around the... Oh, geez, that nearly didn't go out there, but it'll go out around the 38 or so. 13 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Yep, there we go. Oh, geez, good rush-up defense there from the Storm. Broncos are going to have to do really, really well. Or really, really well to win this game without Adam Reynolds. So second tackle now for the Broncos. Billy Walters goes left-hand side. Oh, that's a forward pass. Wow, I didn't call it. To power to Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh had to back to Farnworth. And Farnworth will be taken down here 45 metres out from the line. Billy Walters, right hand to Martin Tapau. Fourth tackle at the 40, 35. Decent run there by Tapau, but take it back. That's fine there from Nelson. Now, someone needs to make a Ron McDonald meme with this ref and capture how his hairline looks like. The Broncos here. Payne Haas gives it off into Carrigan. Oh, I thought he was going to get his first try. Payne Haas with a really good breakthrough there. I don't know what happened just then with the Storm defense. Billy Walters, left-hand side. Ezra Mam, not a good kick at all. And that's off his... that's off Capewell's head. That's a Falcon. Will Warbrick, Payne Haas was offside there, so he's glad that he didn't get involved. But he does actually touch him, which should probably be a penalty. Yep, and there's a penalty to the Storm there. Penalty to the Storm there. Well done, referee. Well done, referee. He's doing his job. Woo, 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 woo. He's doing his job. That's outrageous. Never would have thought I'd see the day. Never thought I would ever see the day where the referee does his job. Never ever thought I'd see that. Alright, so Jerome Hughes kicks ball over the sideline and bangs it to the 40. Payne should have backed himself. I think that would have been a better option, yeah. The Broncos are only getting out of their 20 because of penalties. Yeah, but the last one was a legitimate penalty. It's like, that's fine when it's dodgy, but the last one was very clearly a strip from Harry Grant once we looked at the bunker for a captain's challenge. So second tackle here for the Storm at the 50. They roll it back to Harry Grant. They go right-hand side to Munster. Munster, Jerome Hughes. Hughes, Katoa! Oh, because Jerome Hughes was taken out, he didn't have to pass. So Storm here, left-hand side. Broncos are getting taken down in numbers here in this attack by Elias Katoa. Left-hand side into Nelson. Nelly from Welly. Short ball. That's a knock on there for the Broncos. So 6 again coming up here for the Melbourne Storm. Oh, there's a Biffo! Biffo! Boo! 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 Biffo! 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 Here we go. Biffo. Surprised people aren't yelling out from 100 metres away at each other. Jago Rabbitoh says, come on, Storm. Come on, Rushmo. Rare ref, good call. It's very rare. Yeah, Harry Grant. What's happened here? So, well, Harry Grant puts his arm around the head of Flegler. And then Flegler's just come in with a slap. I don't know how this gets adjudicated. I don't know. So, yeah, Hughes was down the back play. We need a biff emoji, Blaze. Here's a good idea. Can one of the moderators actually drop that in the moderator group chat on Discord that we should get a biff emoji? Oh, Hughes should get bendy. I think Jerome Hughes should get bendy. I love how commentary is saying that Flegler does something wrong. Like, Flegler does also come across... It's an open palm, though. You're still not allowed to... Oh, they're going to... How is this nothing? How is this nothing is my question here. How is that on a bin for Jerome Hughes? He's come out of nowhere and come in and gone in around the side. Like, the referee has no idea what he's doing. I'm sorry, but this referee has absolutely no idea what he's doing. Nate J says, Hughes with the little dog shot in the ribs. That should have been a sin bin for Hughes. That's a terrible kick there. So it's 7 tackles set for the Broncos. This ref is absolutely dribbled today. I think this is by far the worst performing ref of the year by a long way. And I don't usually complain about refereeing, but this officiating tonight has been absolutely horrific. 10 minutes to go here, the first half, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here. Farmers rolls back to Billy Walters to Payne Haas, and Haas now gets ball to the 25. And Haas gets ball to the 30, so first tackle now. Jada says, ref's amazing. Oh, ref's amazing, is he? How do you like him when Justin Olam got shoulder charged? Payne Haas at the back to Ezra Mam. Good run, good tackle there by Roma Smith. Buckhurst and Flegler should have been binned for not getting hit hard enough. You can make an argument for Flegler with the whole slap across the face, but that's a sin bin. It's not a penalty. It's not a sin bin. It's a penalty. Sorry. Oh, this game has honestly been ruined. Like, this game has honestly been ruined. Yeah, there's a lot of spice in this game, really. Oh, Eliezer Katoa got hit in the jaw as well with Roma Smith head. Desmond says, I think I need a HIA after watching this ref. Oh, truly. And says, I know it's buddy old mate Todd Smith. Oh, if you haven't watched this game from the beginning, you would. Yeah. Haas on 57 points. I don't care. I love it. Really? 57 points. That's great. I've got him as VC. I could, if he gets a 120, 130, then I'll be doing the old slippery gypsy and putting him as my captain. Yeah, Nelson looks like something's up there. So Martin Tapau gets his ball to the 35. Yeah, Nelson looks like something's really up. Yeah, Nelson looks like he's got something to do with his ribs here. Payne Haas another 25. All right, Payne Haas, right hand side. Billy Walters, Reece Welsh. Oh, knock on there by Ricky. And they picked it up in the Storm. Oh, but they didn't find the gap there, Nick Meaney. This game is ruined for me. It is. It is. It will still be a really good game. If both teams have reason to complain, mainly the Storm, but both teams have reason to complain. Nelson's done something with his ribs here. Shit, that's not good. All right, so Harry Grant off to Josh King, and King taken down at the 40, third tackle here. I will say I'm glad that 40-20 attempt here. 40-20 attempt here. Oh, it won't bounce right, though. It does bounce around 23 meters out here from the Broncos line. Wowee. 8.5 minutes ago, I really feel like water. I really feel like water, but I'll wait the 8 minutes, obviously. If he connects with that, it goes to the 40-20. But it just doesn't bounce right. Jeez, Harry Grant's bleeding from the top right of his eye. Like, this is an intriguing game regardless. It's just unfortunately been ruined by an idiot in the middle, but it's still a very intriguing game regardless. So Broncos now get this ball to the 35. Good call, Jake. So second tackle of the Broncos, Martin Tapau gets this ball to the 45. Right hand side of Payne Haas. Payne Haas had the back to Ezra Mam. Ezra Mam here, Reece Walsh. Oh, Stags really slapped there. That was great defense there from Xavier Coates. Also a bit of a hospital pass from Reece Walsh. They give it off to Staggs, and he'll get taken out at the 40. Fifth tackle here. That's arguably a 6 again. Jordan Ricky gives it out the back. Oh, a player's been taken out there for the Storm. Penalty Storm. That's dumb from the Broncos, eh? It's obvious. Stagg obviously just hasn't been doing too well today, so he's just giving away a stupid penalty. It's been a tough first half. Broncos have the better chance, but dude, no EQ. No EQ. No, I can't be bothered dealing with you. I can't do it. I can't deal with you today. I can't deal with you today. You're just going to annoy me with your... Oh, come on, bro. I can't deal with you today. So 6 minutes 50 to go here the first half. And the Storm will kick it to about 35 minutes out in the line. I'm happy to deal with Broncos fans, but like EQ, I can't deal with him today. So right-hand side, Jerome Hughes. Off to Munster. Taking down to the 30. First tackle here. First tackle. Oof. They go right-hand side. Yeah, you can't be doing that. It's so stupid, Jai. I don't understand what Staggs were doing. Good offload there by Eisenhuth to Harry Grant. Harry Grant's Josh King, and they'll be taking down 10 minutes out from the line here. Second tackle. Here we go. Can the Storm equal it up or potentially even take the lead here? Harry Grant, right-hand side to Aaron Penne. Penne at about 4 minutes out from the line. Chris Evans, this game just keeps going on downhill. Munster, short ball, wrong ball. Had Justin Olam with a bit of space there. Forward tackle now, 4 meters out of the line. Can the Broncos defend it? Oh, arguably 6 again. Wow, we didn't call it. Harry Grant at the back here to Eisenhuth. Eisenhuth to Jerome Hughes. Hughes here himself. Selfish. Really don't understand that. All right, Munster puts it up here. Xavier Coates is usually pretty good in the air. It's gone back. Is this going to be a dropout or is he going to get out? It's going to be a dropout. Knock on Brisbane. So it will be a dropout here. Yeah, it will be a dropout. 5.5 minutes to go here. The Storm will get the ball here. Xavier, they just obviously love that in-air game from Xavier Coates. He just jumped a little bit too early. Selwyn Cobo didn't really get that good of a height, but if Xavier Coates had timed that better, he would have had that ball. Yeah, he just doesn't time it properly, and the Broncos do knock that ball on there. It's like my hair is like in my ear there. I don't know what it was. All right, so Reece Walsh, and that will not go 10. So that'll be a penalty here to the Storm. No, they don't go 10. Yep, penalty to the Storm, 10 meters out. You go. Obviously, you have to go for the try. Like, it's only down. You'd only be down by 2, but Sheets like, what Reece? Yeah, I don't get it either. I get annoyed by the Titans going for the short kick every week as well. Like, it's close, Lucas, for sure, but it was just an unnecessary risk. A very unnecessary risk. All right, Jerome Hughes, Elias and Katoa, and Katoa here, still going. 3 minutes out from the line. Love Elias and Katoa to score for my SuperCoach. First tackle, Harry Grant at the back here, but Brighton knows my thoughts, don't you, Brighton? Brighton knows my thoughts on the old short dropouts here from the Broncos. Remus Smith taking down 10 minutes out, second tackle. Good last-ditch tackle there by Ezra Mam to hold him out. Harry Grant gives it off to Elias and Katoa crunched down by Tapau and Kurt Catewell here 5 minutes out from the line. Harry Grant out to the left-hand side, Jerome Hughes. Hughes here at the back again to Munster. Munster, Meany over the top here. Xavier Coates. That was a good tip on, but lucky he didn't go forward, but still a good tip on. 3 minutes out from the line, Justin Olam to go himself. He doesn't. He gives it off to Munster. Munster at the back here to Harry Grant. Harry Grant here has thrown it to nobody. And it's going to be Storm ball. I don't know what's happening here. It just ended up with the Storm. I thought it could have been a knock. I don't know what's happening. So 12 minutes out of the line. Jackson Smith and Storm will dominate second half. All right, mate. So Jerome Hughes. Hard kick to take here for both teams. Xavier Coates goes up. Someone come and knock on. 6 again. Munster. 6 again if the Storm. 5 minutes out of the line. If the Broncos can hold out at half time here with all this defensive pressure, that will do them a world of good. Aaron Penne here with the ball 1 meter out from the line. Look forward from Grant. Yeah, I agree. All right, Harry Grant at the back there to Munster. Munster himself here. Taken down 5 meters out. Second tackle. Give it to Warbrick. He's had a dreadful game, Warbrick, to be fair. Harry Grant off to Eisenhuth. Eisenhuth to Jerome Hughes. Hughes here kicks it through. Oh, there's a takeout there. This could be, I don't think it's a penalty try, but it could be a sin bin here. Farnworth could get binned here. Yeah, on field they're going to call it as a penalty, which could be a sin bin. This has to be a sin bin if you're calling penalty, because he's taken out a try scoring opportunity. Yeah, he's definitely... There's no doubt it's a sin bin. He gets impeded. It's not a penalty try, but it's a sin bin. Farmer should be binned here. Yeah, but you can't say that's a penalty try. Ezra Mam is within the range, and you don't know if the ball... No, Ezra Mam is in proximity as well. Ezra Mam's clearly in proximity. You can't give that as a penalty try. Plus, also, you've got on the left-hand side, is that Jesse Arthurs? Yeah. Jesse Arthurs and Ezra Mam there. Wasn't necessary, but it'll be a sin bin. Yeah. I also don't think it's a penalty try anyway, because it's a professional foul. It has to be. Yeah, it has to be a sin bin. You can't argue anything other than that. Olivia says he fell over. Olivia, come on. You know better than that. So that's a sin bin there. That's a sin bin there for Farnworth. So we'll be in no try, but for the next 10 minutes in the bin here for the Broncos, and the Storm have the possession here. Jesus fell over. What are you saying? Olivia's a Broncos fan. I don't think she understands that was very clearly a sin bin. I just love Lucas. He did not fall over, Olivia. he did not. All right, so the Storm here. 10 minutes out in the line. That only 10 in the bin, not penalty try. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're all saying. Thank you, Chihuahua Boy. Hey, Chihuahua Boy. All right, Aaron Penne will get taken down here. 8 minutes out in the line, first tackle. This will be just heartbreaking for Broncos if they concede here, but at the same sense... Oh, Harry Grant! Oh, that's well done by Flegel, but he gets the offload away. Nick Meaney, right inside Jerome Hughes. Hughes gets knocked out against Katoa. Katoa here. Katoa's still going. Taken down 5 minutes out of the line, second tackle. Zach says give Smith an Oscar. No, that was very, very clearly a sin bin. Very clearly. All right, so left-hand side here, Harry Grant off to Jerome Hughes. Hughes now to Eisenhuth. Eisenhuth to Aaron Penne. Penne's getting a lot of ball in this last 5 minutes. Third tackle here, 5 minutes out. Harry Grant at the back to Munster. Munster, Jerome Hughes. Hughes at the back here. Surely easy try. Surely easy try. Oh, wow. It was messed up. Will Warbrick! Try time on the wing. Will Warbrick with the try time. Well, I guess it's okay for the shoulder charge. You guys are so biased, Broncos fans, if you think that wasn't a dive. It was very, very clearly a penalty to the Storm. Oh, come on, man. No. Like, anyone who thinks that... If you don't think that Remus Smith got illegally taken out there, you need to rethink how you watch this sport. Like, come on, man. Like, this is why Broncos fans cop as much slack as they do. Like, it was very, very clear from the outset that it was impacted. It was very, very clear from the outset that was an absolute penalty and a sin bin. Very, very clear that it wasn't a penalty try to the Storm. The other one should have been, but that one was never going to be a penalty try because Ezra Man was within range, and you could even argue Jesse Arthurs was within range, and you can even argue the ball was going out dead. Right? But if you don't believe that he has been impacted there, it was the simplest of penalties and it was the simplest of sin bins. It was very simple. It's common knowledge. If you look at that play, and you think that wasn't a sin bin, it is a very, very biased opinion to have. Very, very biased. Sheesh Bentley says, my Broncos bias is saying, come on, ref, you're bullshit. But apart from that, yeah, it's a sin bin or a penalty try. It's not a penalty try, Sheesh, but it's a sin bin. But Warwick scores a try there, so it's 10-10 here with the kick to come from the right-hand side. Alex with the $15 Redo donation says, Broncos fans are something else. Appreciate you for the $15 Redo donation there, Mr. Alex. Let's see if they can get the kick here from the sideline. But I agree. Most Broncos fans here are also being realistic, though. Most Broncos fans, but if you can't see that was a penalty and a sin bin, then I'm sorry. And Meaney will... Oh, he's just missed it, so he will go in at... Oh, curled back in there, but it still misses. So it should be 10-10 here at half time, unless Melbourne can get a miracle, or Broncos get a miracle. Jared Troy says, good close game here. Yeah, it is, but in the same sense, we've had some horrific calls in this first half, both ways. Horrific. But it is a good close game here. Get my wife sending me out says, Toxic Ant-Man, can you do the chicken dance tomorrow for us? Go on, Chihuahua boy. He's not doing it tomorrow. He'll be on stream on Saturday. Lucas says, some fans don't even try to view from an unbiased perspective. But, like, it's crazy. It's like, I've tipped the Broncos. I would like the Storm to win, but I have tipped the Broncos. I'm giving you I just don't care who wins this game overall. I may not be a fan of the Broncos, but in the same sense, like, I've told you when the Broncos have deserved penalties. I've told you when the Broncos are getting hard done by. And I'm going to tell you when the Storm are getting hard done by. Unfortunately, some fans just don't want to see what's actually happening. But it will. It's still a fun game to watch. Controversial always sells tickets. Close game always sells tickets. You know, it's been a fun game. Hard to judge though overall. Iki says, yeah, shocking ref, but it's been a tough first half. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. But guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. We've got an absolutely fantastic second half to come up here. It's a tight game. How beautiful is this? How good is this? Jackson says Storm will win this. Someone's Fanboy says, once a little Bumpy come back, who goes on winning, Warbrick or Meaney? I think Meaney probably goes there. I think they reward Meaney. Yeah, I think they reward Meaney. Nate says, are Broncos fans worse than Warriors fans in the chat, though? Shit. I just dropped something here. That's alright. That's alright. On a consistent level, no. In regards to refereeing calls. In regards to refereeing calls, the Warriors are the most unanimous for calling the referee incorrect. But today... Like, you can't not tell me that wasn't a penalty. And it's Simbin. It's not a penalty try, but it's a Simbin. Buckhannon says, Eels fans the best in the chat. And on that note, I'm going to go fill my bottle of water up. Eels fans, you're crazy. You'll find a man. You should take that on the road. You should make that. You should make that into a comedy show. Your back is eating that chat, BKR. I don't even know what that means. Brighton says, the team that gets the try before half time wins almost all the time. 90% of the time, 60% of the time. But yeah, I'm going to go fill my bottle of water up here, guys. My Macro Mic water bottle. We've actually got some good stuff. Some new Macro Mic stuff coming in the next couple of days. So, and it looks really good. It looks really good. But if you want a discount, it is A&B Blaze on Macro Mic. So go check it out. But I'm going to go fill my bottle of water up. And I'll be back in a few... We'll actually read this one first. GQ01 Games says, in my opinion... That was a penalty try for the Broncos, but in all fairness, was a sin bin as a Broncos supporter. A penalty try for the Broncos. What? That was a penalty try for the Broncos, but in all fairness, was a sin bin even as a Broncos supporter. What do you think was a penalty try for the Broncos? The Broncos never should have received a penalty try. Unless you're saying you believe that should have been a Storm penalty try. Because I don't believe that was a penalty try for the Storm just then. I think there was 3 factors that weighed in there that prevent that from being a penalty try. Ezra Mann, Jesse Arthurs, and the ball bouncing out. Yeah, I don't know what he means by not a penalty try for the Broncos. I don't know what he means. I think what he's saying is that he thinks it should have been a penalty try to the Storm against the Broncos, but in all fairness, was a sin bin even as a Broncos supporter. I think that's what he's trying to say. You should have just filled your water bottle up. With Harry Grant. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm going to go fill my water bottle up. A&B Blaze, code Macro Mike. I'll be back in just a few moments, guys. Sit back and talk in the chat. Talk in the chat. Deal with it. Deal with it. Don't be silly, bud. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. What are you crazy mud bitches doing now? What riots are you starting in that chat, eh? You starting another criminal riot? Don't do it. Don't do it. I bet you are, and I bet you Nate's the one leading it. Nate or Daz, mate? What's the bet? Daz, mate, says, how do you get a penalty try for not letting your opponent almost score? And then he says, knock, knock. There you go. There you go. Knock, knock, mate. Who's there? Shakespeare says, Jay's the new Mr. Streamer. And Jay said, no thanks. It's not easy, son. Not easy dealing with all you muppers. Not easy. He talked about the Herbie Farmer penalty try. Again, I'm okay with that. I think that my reaction to that... So, because obviously we're streaming live, right? So, my reaction to that is ultimately because of the previous no call. I think that I can understand why that's a penalty try. But I also don't know what Harry Grant is meant to do in that situation to get to the ball. Because Herbie Farmworth is in front of him, and they're allowed to... I guess because as Herbie Farmworth falls, he's then pushed him further down to get to the ball. So I get it. I also still don't really understand, I guess, what Harry Grant's meant to do to get to the ball in that situation. But that could just be a technicality. It's like, okay, well, if you can't get to the ball, it's just for Herbie Farmworth's in a good position, so you can't really blame him. As you can think of that as a penalty try, I'm okay with it. My reaction ultimately comes from the no call on Justin Olam, who should have scored. So, which would have made it 12-0 rather than 10-6. Which ultimately ended up becoming because of that no call. So that reaction ultimately is because I was angry at the no call on the other end of the field. PFB says, good one, Daz, mate. That's a good one, Daz, mate. You're good, mate. Buck says, chance of Coates or me getting over the line. Well, this game's been pretty... It has attack in it, but also... It looks like I'm probably going to be right in regards to the fact that the win will be like an 18-16 or a 20-18 kind of game. That's what I said pre-game. I did tip the Broncos, but also either one can win this game. The benefit for literally every team in the comp is the Storm win this game by 1 point or 2 points. The benefit, obviously, outside of that is the Broncos. Well, if you are the Titans, the Dolphins, the Roosters, Manly... Not Manly. Is it the Knights? No, I think it is Manly. Here we go. If you are the Panthers, Sharks, Dolphins... Not Rabbitohs, really. If you're the Panthers, Sharks, Dolphins, Titans, Roosters, Raiders, and Manly... And even effectively Manly... and even effectively the Warriors, sorry... You're cheering home either team here. Because... If the Broncos win, the Storm will go below all these teams. If the Storm win, the Broncos come back down to the pack, and then everyone's pretty much within 2 points going next week. Or this week, sorry. Everyone will be 2 points if they were to get a win in that regard. Rabbitohs will go to the top of the table if they beat the Tigers. It's good. It's good. It's good to see. Max one says, the point where Farmworth falls down is still illegal. I just don't think he gets up on his feet fast enough to get the ball down. And I tip the Broncos. It's controversial, man. I'm not upset with that call as such. I'm upset with the Olam no call. Greg Martin says, how about you pull a Harry Houdini and disappear, Sheesh Bentley? You guys are brutal. You guys are brutal. Belmore ride if Addo Carr doesn't get picked again for New South Wales. Well, apparently he's not playing this week. So, unless he scores 140 tries against the Titans, I don't think he's going to be doing it. Olivia with an $8 each donation. Olivia, you don't have to make up. You don't have... Olivia, you don't get thought of lesser just because of that. Like, okay, I'll just read your comment first. $8 donation from Olivia says, I watched the replay of that sin bin with my glasses on. I can see where the foul play was now. Here's $8 to compensate my blindness. One, I appreciate you for the donation. But two, what people need to understand is that we're all passionate. So, I'm watching this live, and I'll give you my opinion. And you're watching this live, and you guys have your teams you support, and everyone has a different opinion. We're all passionate, right? So don't think that, unless you're stupid on a very consistent basis, like day in, day out, week in, week out, and you annoy people in chat, no one's going to think of anyone lesser, right? You're not lesser than anybody else, and your opinion is as justified as anybody else. In regards to that call, of course, we're going to be saying, like, okay, well, you guys are just biased Broncos fans if you don't think that's a penalty, not a penalty try, but a sin bin. But that doesn't mean that anyone's thought of lesser. So, yeah, I appreciate the $8 donation, but, yeah, don't stress. Trucker says, Brighton jump on the Tigers bus. Life is stress-free. Stress-free. Stress-free at the Tigers. Tasman says he scored 140 last year with 10 of those of him being offside against the Titans. He was offside against the Titans. It's good that the Bulldogs fan can see that. One FBS, did you see the kick from Reynolds to Cobbo? That was a good kick. The Reynolds to Cobbo, I can't remember it, but it probably would have been a good kick. Unless it was it? I can't remember. I really hope Reynolds is like okay. Like I know that he's still injured for today. I know he won't come back next week. Who the Broncos play again next week? I can't remember if somebody had told me. Let's have a look. It's going to be like a Friday night game at Suncorp. You watch. No, don't worry. Thursday night game at Suncorp. Don't worry. The Thursday night game at Suncorp is actually the play there. Not a Friday night game. Thursday night game at Suncorp. It's $1.90 a piece between the Broncos and Panthers right now. It's pretty crazy. Oh, the kick from Reynolds to Cobbo. Oh, bro. You got to tell me last week before that. Like, I'm never going to guess you're talking about last week while I'm streaming live for this game. I was never going to be able to guess that, bro. Yeah, probably. Cobbo had a great game last week. Cobbo was absolutely fantastic last week. Scored a hat-trick. This week, he hasn't really been able to get into the game a great deal. Not so much. Yeah, jeez, this ref's had a poor game. I'm looking at these count, like, oh. Just, wow. It's crazy just to see, eh? Like, it really is just crazy to see how significantly inconsistent it is. Jace's by Muppet. What happened? Please, I mean... When I'm wasted as hell. I don't even drink on these streams. I don't even drink, really. I just dead set don't even drink. Give me 1 second here, guys. I think Nate's been drinking. That's what I'm thinking. I think Nate's been drinking here. We're like 400 votes away from 1,000 here. I reckon if this game keeps on as a real cracker, as a real close game, I reckon we could hit 1,000 votes, which is pretty crazy for an NRL stream. Just to be out the Panthers next week with the Broncos. Yeah, tough game, eh? That's a tough game for them. Tough game for them. It'll tell them a lot, but in the same sense, it'll be at home. This game for me, although I tip the Broncos, does have the Storm written all over it, especially with no Reynolds now, and also Reynolds will be out for the Panthers game. That'll be hard for them. They'll have to play Jock Madden in the 7? Yikes. And then they get the Warriors in New Zealand in Napier. Ooh, in Napier, that's interesting. And then they'll have a bye, surely. I think they have the Sharks the week after. Jeez, the Broncos must get byes galore towards the end of the season. Give them a refresher before the finals, eh? Because the Broncos haven't had a bye yet. So they don't get their first bye. And that Sharks game's a ripper at Shark Park. I'm spewing I won't be able to stream that game. Oh, I'm spewing. That's a Titans Rabbitohs day. Oh, that's so frustrating. Sharks Broncos on the same day, and the Titans Rabbitohs game is the middle one. Oh man. And Warriors Dolphins that day too. And Antonio might be extra too. Spewing. Oh, there's 3 games on that Sunday as well. The Friday night game is Tigers Raiders. God help us. Olivia says, being a girl who watches sport intensely, I get judged for it all the time, so I get worried when I'm here. No, not at all with me. Maybe with the chat. Like, listen, I can't control the chat, right? The chat will talk about whatever they want. I can time them out, and I can, if people go too far in regards to, gender-based comments or whatnot, then obviously we will time them out, and moderators will deal with them accordingly. You will get judged, of course. It unfortunately is a part of life that people can't respect women's opinions. I will listen to Katie Brown or Ruan Sims before I listen to Blocker Roach. And Blocker Roach was an incredible player. He played really well in the game. A great of the game. But the guy can't talk rugby league for shit. Right? Katie Brown and Ruan Sims are women, but I'll still listen to them. There's a really good writer for the Cast Patrol. She does really well. She does what she needs to do. A Rabbitohs fan, backs her team in and whatnot, and does some really good articles in regards to the Cast Patrol. And people obviously judge her because she's a woman in the game as well. Same with you, obviously a fan. I know my friend Rhonda, who's a part of the front line, who I look up to as like a second mother. I have my mum. I love my mum, but Rhonda is just. I've known her for 13 years now. We've done a lot together. She's a great woman, fantastic woman. I'm actually staying with her in Newcastle this week, and just women in general get disrespected for having a place in the game. But I will never discredit it just because you're a woman. If I disagree with your opinion, it's because I disagree with your opinion. It's not because you're a woman. There are just as many men who don't have a clue about sport and rugby league as there is women who don't have a clue about sport and rugby league. Same mix. Jerry boasts Katie Brown is super hot too. Oh, man. She's very attractive. She is very attractive. But she's a very good advocate for the game. Very good advocate for the game. Dad says we play Warriors with no Origin players in New Zealand. Will be tough, though. Yeah. It'll be tough regardless in New Zealand. It'll be tough regardless. Yeah, Blocker's a Muppet too. He is a Muppet. But alright, Broncos, kick this ball off into the second half, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. The Storm will get the ball here at the 15. Arsenal and Rabbits have not had a bye until round 16. That's insane. I think both those teams, well, you obviously get three buys each before the end of the season, so you both get really good refreshes before the end of the year. And the thing is, Jerry Bowen, I say this all the time, you are allowed to talk about the attractiveness of females in the game. You are allowed to do that. But as long as you don't just look at them for that, you still have to take their opinion into account, right? There are attractive women players, and there are attractive female commentary and analysts. Just like for women who talk about the men's players being attractive. You are entitled to do it. But as long as it's not just the priority of your conversation regarding them. So fit tackle here for the Storm at the 45. By the way, don't forget, Farnworth is still out for the next 6 minutes with that sin bin. So the Storm kicked that ball up there. Bulldogs don't get a bye till like round 15. How sad. Yeah. Mark says, how do teams get the bye? Well, it just means they have a week off. So there's 2 byes regardless. It's always been the way. But there's an extra bye this year for the fact that there's 17 teams in the competition. Dazmate says, there's a bunch of women in rugby league. Just take a look at Martin Tapau's hair. Thank you, Dazmate. Thank you, Dazmate. Third tackle at the 25. They go right-hand side here to Corey Jensen. And Jensen brings it to the 35. If you are just tuning in, by the way, guys, Adam Reynolds is out for the rest of the game. And more than likely will be out next week too. Logan Borsak says, Blaze is hotter though. Listen, you're only human, mate. Oh, Flegler couldn't find the pass there for Stags. Sharon Wood, that was the first one I was thinking about, J-Do. That was the first one. So fit tackle here with the Broncos. They got left-hand side here. And Reece Walsh with a weird kicking style. I probably would have left that. I think that was going to bounce dead. I know it was at the 10, but I think that had enough of a bounce there to go dead. Nick Mandy gets out here to right side of Will Warbrick. Warbrick here. Warbrick. Oh, I think another 30. Good strong run there from Will Warbrick, though. All right, left-hand side now. And they'll get this ball to the 40 or so, second tackle. We're going to buy after we play the Titans, don't we, Largy? Yeah, no. Do you in 2 weeks? You play us next week. Do you have the buy at the same time we play the Rabbitohs? Oh, short ball inside from me. That was a good play that much to use. Really good play. Broncos don't need a buy because they hardly ever travel, so they're not very tired. Correct, Jerry. Very correct. Jerome Hughes. Oh, Stags ran over the line there. If he had a pass that Jerome Hughes out, they had some space. So fit tackle now. It's going to be Jerome Hughes to Harry Grant. Left-hand side into Munster. And Munster whacks that ball up. But Xavier Coates can't get there. Reece Walsh good take. Tried to stay in the air as long as he could. But we'll get taken back to the 8 or so. Last time they had a sim in Melbourne, they failed to score a try against Manly. Oh, wow. That was poor there from the Storm. Eisenhuth must have been caught offside. So second tackle, Reece Walsh gets off to Carrigan. And Carrigan gets crunched down here at the 25 to the 30. You'd assume... Oh, Jordan Ricky looks like he might be injured here on the left eye. Bleeding through from his left eyebrow. So 4 tackle now to 35. I would love this to go to extra time or something like that, though. Really set us up for a big week. And I always tell you guys, the Thursday night game defines a weekend because it gives you that real good vibe going the weekend saying, oh, yeah, here we go. You're not going to big week in rugby league here. Or it can be the opposite and say, oh, here we go. This week's going to be a bit of a shitter. Yeah, we do have a bye for the Titans. So you're a liar, man. You are a liar. You are a liar. Round 15, it's like round 13, mate. Because we play you next week, which is round 12, and then you have the bye for the Titans. It's round 30. You silly, man. Silly goose. So second tackle of the Storm out to Jerome Hughes, and he'll just run this ball himself to the 40. Good strong run. You will need the rest before getting pumped by the Titans. Yeah, well... No, wait! No! You can't have... Do you have the bye in 2 weeks? Because I know the Titans have the bye in 2 weeks. Unless... Do we both have a bye same... Oh, that's the Origin buys. Yes. Yes. Alright, so up it goes there. Reece... Oh, knock on Reece Welsh. Stormy with a chance now. Harry Grant gives it up to Katoa. Katoa out of drum. Yes! Try time for Will Warbrick. Daz, mate. You lucky mother bitch. I'm spewing that Jerome Houston scored because I'm against Katoa. But try time for the Melbourne Storm there, and that's all off Reece Welsh. This is why he's not an Origin player. This is why he's not an Origin player. 5 teams have a bye. No, yeah, I appreciate that, Chihuahua boy. But yeah, double after I trade him. Yeah, actually, I'm the same, bro. I think I trade him too for Garrick. Actually, no, I didn't go Warbrick to Garrick, did I? No, I think I went Sloan to Garrick. Yeah. I think I got Warbrick on my bench. Katie Holmes is up at Storm. We're going to be happy with that one. Nice pass there from Elias Katoa 2 all over the 2 Jerome Hughes, who could have scored himself. It was unselfish from him. Good on him. If he hadn't dummied that and cut inside, he gets past man too. Damo says, round 13, round 15, round 17, round 23 we have buys. Round 15 we play Paris, an easy 2 points. Oh, man. Mevita says, that was a great kick from Munster. Made it quite difficult to Walsh a little. Yeah, you can see how good Xavier Coates was up and at him. It's a really nice pass there from Elias Katoa to cut out Remus Smith, because Remus Smith would have taken it. Oh, they're going to bunker this. Bunker for what? Xavier Coates on the kick chase. Nah, Xavier Coates is onside there. Is that not... Is it? No way! I don't agree. Was it... Is that... Am I crazy? Or was his legs not in front of him? I don't agree with that call. I just genuinely don't think he's offside here. No way. No way. The commentary's saying it's correct, but it's close. I disagree. No, it doesn't. You need to conclusively say it. The commentary is full of shit right now. They're trying to make you believe... This is why commentary is bullshit. They're trying to make you believe that the referee is 100% right. I don't believe he was offside. And if it... can you convincingly say that was offside? Because it was given as a try. You have to conclusively say that that is a no try. Jerry says, I know you feel all Boris pain. No, bro. You guys don't get robbed as much as you think. You guys have bad calls. Titans have bad calls. Knights have bad calls. Melbourne have bad calls. Everyone has bad calls. You guys are just the most vocal about it. Warriors, you guys always talk about getting robbed from the referees. So do other teams, bro. But you guys are just the most vocal about it because you try to claim the racism card of Australia hates New Zealand. You get over it. So this is what on this channel we don't buy into the nonsense. Other people can buy into the nonsense of what Warriors fans say. I get it. I feel for you, but in the same sense, I feel for the Titans, I feel for the Knights, I feel for the Eels, I feel for the Tigers, I feel for all the other teams who have copped it for years and years and years, just don't have a vocal enough fan base to cry about it. So fifth tackle here with the Broncos. They're 10 metres out here, 15 metres out from the line. Reece Walsh here, kicks it through. Leave it. Just leave it. That should go out dead. Oh no, we'll hold up. Oh man. Let's take a look here. Yep, as we can see from the cameras on the top of AB Park, coast offside. I just don't get how that call can be made. Nate Jason G's to Waz's fans get paid to make stupid comments. You just get over it, bro. You just get over Warriors fans, eh? Like, I feel for you. I do. I feel for you. But in the same sense, I also feel for about 6 other teams that have consistently gotten bad calls because they don't have the same kind of fan base to really push that agenda. But Cannon says, Walsh doing up his eyebrows to seduce the bunker. So, short drop out here. Ballsy call from Storm with it being 10-10. That's going to be Storm ball here. I thought that could have been knocked on from Elias Katoa, but I must be wrong. So, 0 tackle here from Melbourne. Oh, Broncos. No. No, Broncos. They gave away a penalty. So, short drop out. The Storm get it. And then a penalty against the Broncos straight away. I just want to say, like, I do believe that this referee should have a sit down next week. Like, respectfully, I believe he needs to have a sit down next week because I think that he has had an extraordinarily poor game. Like an extraordinary poor game. Genesis, the bunker is on Bronx side. Like, yeah. Anyway. Second tackle here for the Storm at the halfway point. The refs are far too involved in this game. Oh, yeah. Alright, so second tackle, 6 again here for the Storm, actually. It says Munster off to Justin Olam. Olam here at the 40. By the way, Herbie Farnworth is back on the field here for the Brisbane Broncos. Alright, right inside in, Munster gives it off to Trent Loiero. And Loiero will be taken down 25 metres out of the line. Guys, something that says Aussie Muppet Goose ref on Storm side. I don't know, that comment was all over the shop. All over the shop. Third tackle at the 10 metres. Harry Grant's going to go out to the right-hand side here to Munster. Munster here, gives out to Jerome Hughes. Hughes here, short ball, Many on the right-hand side. And Warbrick cuts back on the inside, going for his hat-trick right now. 4 tackle, 13 metres out. Wasn't the ref that refed Waz Panthers last week? Is this the same ref? I can't remember, bro. Jerome Hughes, I don't really usually pay attention to the refs. I really don't. Like, this game has just been a really big priority because he's been so poor. I don't usually call the refs out anywhere near as much as I am right now. Jerome Hughes, left-hand side into Munster. Munster over the top here. Good kick for Xavier Coates! Knocked back! And Billy Walters will be there to grab the ball 3 minutes out. Ref is new, be nice. No, there's no way. Regardless, the referee has been called out poorly by everyone for a very long time, this individual referee. I'm sorry, but it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable to be as poor as it is. And the bunker is absolutely more incorrect and deserves a sit down than this one. Absolutely more. Farnworth taking down 25 minutes out from his own line. Jared Choice, you would think the Storm would get the 50-50 calls being at their home ground. Not necessarily. You know, the Broncos obviously have that push right now with a really large fan base to, you know, show that Brisbane's back. You know, when Brisbane's successful, the NRL is really hot. And that's exactly what it is right now. Brisbane's successful, and look at how well the NRL is doing. They've got a great fan base, mate. You know, the Storm have had their time in the light, and the Storm is still a good team, and they'll get their calls at the due time, but just today, it's also been 50-50, mate, because the Storm have also received a few good calls themselves. Appreciate you, Knox Corvus, for gifting 1 membership. Choo, big fella. And he donated to Zach Hewitt. Get around you, Zach. I appreciate it. Say thank you, sir. I swear Zach was already one. No, he wasn't. Don't worry about that. Oh, he has been in the past. So 30 minutes to go here. Oh, good rubbo. Christian Welsh here. Still going here. Taking down at the 45. 30 minutes to go of the game here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. So a 6 again here for the Storm. Storm are starting to get quite a few 6 again calls here in the second half. So first tackle at 45. Toxic Ant-Man, man, for 20 months to get around you, bro. Appreciate you. Elias and Katoa take it down here at the 35. Shees Bentley says, whoever wins or loses, this has ruined my Thursday night. I'm not going to say it's ruined my Thursday night, but it's like there's just a lot less to be convinced about in regards to both these teams, regardless of who wins. Regardless. Alright, so Harry Grant now. He'll get taken down 30 metres out of the line. Don't forget, tomorrow night, guys, we'll be streaming live both games. I actually don't know what the games are tomorrow night. I'll have a look in a second. Jerome Hughes! Jonathan Katoa! Oh my God, Katoa! You are lazy. You should be taken out. Take him off the field. 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 Take Eliesa Katoa off the field now if I'm Craig Bellamy. Take Eliesa Katoa off the field right now if you're Craig Bellamy. That is disgraceful from Eliesa Katoa. That is disgraceful. That is lazy. That is absolute laziness to a T. That is Tarek Sims all over again. This is why the Storm are not as successful as they have been in the past. It's a no try. There's no way he keeps this. Ezra Mann, great play. Not giving up on this play. But Eliesa Katoa, lazy. Yep, he's lost the ball. He's an idiot. I'd take him off. If I'm Craig Bellamy, I'd take him off. That is absolutely horrific. Well done to Ezra Mann, because that is great, and that shows why you never give up on the play. But Eliesa Katoa should shake his head in shame there. In a game that's 10-10, that would have been 16-10. That is dreadful. But you've got to commend Ezra Mann for never getting up on that play. Yeah, if I'm Craig Bellamy, I'd take Katoa off. Blissy says, rip everyone's SuperCoach Broncos momentum. There's no momentum from that. But the Broncos can take the... Well, like, it's a knock on Melbourne. Ezra Mann's not attempting to make a tackle. He's deliberately hitting that ball out. But it goes backwards anyway. It's a knock on Melbourne. Oh, that is so poor from Katoa. So it's going to be 0 tackle here for the Brisbane Broncos. They're at 28 metres out here from their own line. 7 minutes of play of the year. It's a great... it's a great play, but it's not play of the year. It's good that he never gave on the play, but it's also really lazy from Eliesa Katoa. Like, there'll be other plays that are like a mixture of really good play, but just an even better play that's come from that. But you got to appreciate as a man for continuing with the play. However, it's just dreadful there for Eliesa Katoa and embarrassing. It's a humiliating experience there. And Eliesa Katoa's a good player, but that was just poor. Craig Bellamy would be going off right now. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look at what Craig Bellamy's like. He looks furious. Oh, Broncos! Oh, no! They've thrown the ball on the sideline. That should be a try, Broncos. Oh, Farnworth. He should have just gone down with it and say he throws the ball on the sideline. Oh, he didn't need to do that. Like, if it goes to hands, it's a try, but you didn't need to do that. I think it was like third tackle. Oh, Farnworth, great run. He gets the arm free, but just not necessary. Yeah, we've got Broncos going for a try every play. I complain about this every single week, Blake. Fiddle's boat just choked hard, yeah? Yeah, you're right, Fiddle. Like, this is a fun game to watch, but it's controversial as shit, but it's still a fun game to watch. I'm still having a good time on Thursday night. This is what happens, guys. This is what you get with this channel. We're very passionate about sport, as you guys know. Like, that's why I get into every single play. Second tackle here at the 25. Jerome Hughes here. Nice little run. Jerome Hughes taking down. No, he's still going. Taking down to 40. I reckon one more and the aneurysm comp will be done. You can keep a camera on bellyache for 80 minutes and I wouldn't complain. It's great entertainment. If we had like a bellyache, a Craig Bellamy camera angle at all times, that'd be great. Blake asks, I want us to test the Broncos in a grindy game next week. I think they will crumble. There's no Reynolds next week either. Reynolds out for this game and Reynolds out for the next game too. Oh, good tape by Reece Welsh. I'll take that. Ezra Mann really stepping up in Reynolds' absence. Yeah. Who is the 7 right now, actually? Because Jock Madden wasn't in the team, was he? Who is the 7 for the Broncos currently? Billy Walls is still 9. Ezra Mann taking down... Sorry, Billy Walls taking down the 45. I'm trying to figure it out. Let's have a look here. Give it off to Jensen. Trying to figure out who's playing the back play. Ezra's 7, so who's 6 then? If Ezra's gone 7, read the room, let's see. If Ezra's gone 7, then who's in the 6? Oh, Staggs has gone to 6. Oh, there you go. Oh, makes sense. Yeah, he has played for Tonga in 6 and whatnot. Left hand side here, man. Chance here. Oh, Broncos fit. Oh, it's for tackle. Oh, interesting that they went for that. Interesting they went for that. So Jordan Ricky has that bandage around his face. And Storm will be taking down first tackle at the 40. Carrigan playing 6, I think. Okay, Artie. Okay, mate. Alright, you think Carrigan's playing the 6, is he? Corey Pakes, I think. Oh, Corey Pakes would make sense. But Staggs playing 6 would also make sense, but defensively, because He's probably... Because defensively, he's still defending as a 3, as a centre. But attacking-wise, I want to see... I'll send the next set. We got Carrigan playing at 6, apparently. Trent Loiero will get his ball to the 40 on the Broncos side of the field. Harry Grant, right-hand side to Munster. Munster to Hughes. Probably could have played that at the right-hand side. Haas is actually playing the fullback, Lucas. He's playing as the number 1. Bucks is Nelson coming back on. Chancey. Oh, just the others nearly broke away, but just got held back. So first, second, look, 25. They go right-hand side. Ezra Mam off to Herbie Farnworth, and he'll get taken down at the 40. Oh, one-on-one strip here. No, good work there by Farnworth to hold that ball. But Nelson coming back on is huge. Considering he didn't look great with his ribs, if he's coming back on, that'd be absolutely massive. Oh! 6 again! What happened there? What happened just then? What happened just then? Is that... I thought that was... I don't know what happened just... Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! Who just got slaughtered at that tackle? First tackle at the Storm of the 45. He just got slapped. Trent Loiero, who did he just slap? He just got crunched. Tasmay says, shit me. Oh, good offload. He called held. He called held, yeah. Get that in, yeah. Who got pumped? Who was it? Was it Sags? Jerome's used short ball. Katoa needs to make up for his bullshit before. Was it Farnworth? No, Farnworth was on the left-hand side. That was on the right-hand side of the Broncos. So that's what I'm thinking, maybe Stags. So Nelson. Oh, good to see him back, man. Olam. Nah, what? I'm talking for the Broncos. No, Justin Olam was the one who hit. Oh, no. Oh, Nelson came back on, then injured his ankle here. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, Nelson. My God. Oh, did he just roll his ankle, maybe? Oh, this is going to be a hip drop. This is a hip drop. It's a penalty. Carrigan. That's a hip drop. That's a hip drop, and you watch how sin bin this, because he's lost his legs, he's pulled down on him. That's a sin bin. He's going to get sin bin, dude. He loses his body weight. He loses his legs, pulls down from behind, and Nelson's done his ankles here. Ugh. This is going to be a sin bin here, lads. Oh, wow. He hasn't even called him out yet. So Carrigan knows. Carrigan knows what's about to happen, though. And Carrigan knows what's about to happen here. Play guys, if he doesn't get binned, I quit. If he doesn't get a bin here for what we've seen, this is what we've seen all season long as a bin. Now he's calling Carrigan out. He has to get binned, unfortunately. He lost his body weight, took his legs off the field, off the ground. This is going to be unfortunate for Carrigan, but it is a hip drop. Yep. Hip drop, and you're in the bin. Yep. It's consistent. It's consistent. Yep. Tackle's been reviewed. It's a hip drop action. You've landed on the legs. Yeah. Carrigan's not happy. I can understand why he's not happy, but it is a sin bin. It's tough, but it is a sin bin. So if I'm the Storm, I take the 2 here. It's right in front, 30 metres out. But it is a hip drop. It is, but again, from his perspective, I can understand why he disagrees with the call. But it is a call. It is the right call. Carrigan could be out for Origin for this, potentially. No, it won't be. Zach says, Washington play on. No way. I would have turned the show. I would have been done. I would have gone to bed. I would have gone to bed if he didn't call anything there. Pat doesn't want to believe it. Again, I can see why he's upset about that call, but it is the right call. It is unfortunately a textbook hip drop, and it's unfortunate for Nelson that he got injured from it. Lucas is take the 2. Yeah, you take the 2 every day here. Doesn't look that bad, though. It doesn't look that bad, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't look that bad, but it is. What is he meant to do? Stop him from scoring a try. It's kind of irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that he has come down in the action of a hip drop. I understand what you're saying, but it's irrelevant because he has come down. So it's going to be 12-10 here. What he's going to do is tackle him without doing something illegal. And again, I can hear what you're saying. I can hear what Carrigan's saying. But the rule book does state this, and it has been very consistent with this call. Although you may disagree with it, he has clearly lost his legs. He has clearly come off of the grass, and he has pulled him down there. Right? You've got to keep your legs, because otherwise they're going to fall down on that awkward angle and they're going to get injured, which is exactly what Nelson did. Right? And we saw that the other week with with Jeremiah Nanai. That was a pure sin-bin. I think the score is fair. Munster probably could have put his foot out there. Jeez. Do you think the score is fair so far? Yeah, Chris, there's been bad calls for both teams. More dramatically for the Storm, but overall, it's been an unfairly fair game for both teams. Both teams can complain. Memphis says that was close to being out the full. Yeah, good offload there for the Storm. Elias Katoa gets it to Harry Grant. Harry Grant, third tackle here, 35 minutes out from the line. Dave Travis says, I bet if it was the Broncos player, he'd go off. Well, it's gone. Jerome Hughes here. Jerome Hughes gets it off to Remus Smith. Remus Smith will be taken down at the 44 tackle here. Seb Watson is not a hip drop at all. You are incorrect. You are literally incorrect. You have no idea what a hip drop is if you don't believe that was a hip drop. He's lost his legs. He's come down behind the player. The player has come down in that awkward angle that is a hip drop. Unfortunately, you have no idea what the rule is if you do not believe that was a hip drop. It wasn't a significant hip drop, but it was a hip drop nonetheless. So, please, I advise you to go and have a look what a hip dropper is, because if you don't believe that was, you are incorrect. It is literally by the rule book that. Do I think it was a heavy hip drop? No. But it was a hip drop. It's not even actually close. Lucas says, can say the same thing with everything that's illegal. Is Harry Grant meant to let Farnworth get it? Is Harry Grant meant to let Farnworth get it? Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Ref has been outstanding. Oh, man. Buck says, Broncos have had a better Storm, been denied 2 tries. Yeah, I would agree with you, Buck. I would agree with you. Oh, Payne Haas. Good run there. What's Payne Haas on as a coach, by the way? Refing's been shocking this game. Has been. I think that, yeah, Storm will say regardless, we had to beat the ref to win. Broncos will understand. Oh, is that a one-on-one strip or is that 2? Oh, is that a Reece Welch try? We're going to check this, but this could be a Reece Welch try here. We're going to check this. This could be a Reece Welch try, but they're going to check this to see if there's 2 in the tackle. But this could be a Reece Welch try here. We're 20 minutes to go here. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. This could be a Broncos try. Yeah, I don't know if there's 2 in the tackle here or what. Let's have a look. It's close. Reece Welch there. Oh, 2-1 in the tackle. It's going to be a penalty for the Storm. It's a 2-1 strip, unfortunately, lads. It's spewing because that was actually a really big moment there, but he's clearly in the tackle there, Ezra Mam. It'll be 2-1 the tackle. Yeah, Blitzy, you're right. That's obviously 2. Unfortunately, Broncos, that will be a no try there. I did think from the start that it was, but that would have been such an awesome moment if he had got that. He's clearly tackling him there. He's taking it out, and Ezra Mam's touching him. It's 2-1 on the tackle. Davis is no try, yeah. Yep, and here we go. No try coming up. Zach says they'll call it a try. There's no way you can call this a try. The bunker don't call us, I'm done. And so Reece Welch is there. Unless he strips it here. Unless he strips it here. Unless he strips it there. Nah. Yeah. Correct call. So it will be a penalty here to the Storm. That's the correct call. Mam is throwing. No, you can't blame Mam for that. How is he meant to know that Reece Welch has got that ball? You can't blame Ezra Mam for that. So it's going to be no try there, guys. Penalty to the Storm. Warbrick gets off lucky there. Man. But you can't blame Ezra Mam for that, man. He's just coming in to make a tackle. Well, he doesn't know that Reece Welch has got the ball there. Bunker cried making that call, Lucas says. Bunker got a call right. Snaps to the bunker. So Elias Katoa now, he'll get his ball to the 42. You can't tell me that you're not enjoying the game of rugby league, though. Like, it's frustrating, it's controversial, but it's 12-10 with 20 minutes to go here. You know, between a first-place team and a sixth-place team. If the first-place team loses here, which is what it is right now, then the comp will be 2 points closer for everyone this week. And teams like the Titans could be 2 points on the top of the table. So I'm loving it. But if the Broncos win, then a lot of teams will jump the Storm, and they will drop out of the 8. So it's just a crazy... There's a lot of things here. It's entertaining. Entertaining. See, Elliot, I don't know why she spent says I'm done, because that was clearly no try. Left hand side here, Munster at the back here too. Nick Maney. Maney! Oh, good run, but Maney's still going! Oh, he's still going here, Maney. Offload to Olam. Olam here. Left hand side. Taking out the 10. Fit tackle here. Be better if the Titans are playing, don't worry, son. You'll see us on Sunday slapping nice. Slightly Newcastle. Son, up it goes here. Katoa knocks it back. Jerome Hughes kicks it across here. Xavier Coates. Oh, he toss it backwards. Justin Olam. Try time. It went backward from Xavier Coates. And Justin Olam with the try time. They make a 16-10 the kick to come. Can these birds get lost, Louis says. It's the only bad thing about Amy Park is that these seagulls and birds are just everywhere. Great up kick from Jerome. No hate spelled Jerome, but yeah, it was a good kick there. Jerome actually probably should have kicked this differently. Like, he kicks it up high because I think he feels like the defender is there, but if he kicks it more directly, it would have been a try easier. Like, if he has a direct kick across there to the sideline, it would have been an easier try, and Xavier Coates would have scored it. But instead, because he puts it up high, it gives Billy Walters the time to get there. Yeah, it definitely goes backwards. It's a clear try here for Justin Olam. He picks it up nicely and then puts it down. Nice work by Justin Olam. There we go. How good is Rubber League? Eh? How good is it? If that happened, the Wazzers enter excuse here. And Lucas, yeah, big kick coming up. If it makes it 18-10 here. Hold on. Look at these 7. I can't even see Luke. Oh, okay. Yeah, they could have scored. Actually, to be fair, if Jerome Hughes had gone right, Will Warbrick would have got his hat trick because the same thing was there. Every single Broncos player. And this goes back to the game to resurface the argument that I made. That in that Cowboys vs Knights game, if Phoenix Crossland doesn't pass it up the middle, the Knights would have won that game on the siren because they would have had the left and right open. Because that play just then is pretty much exactly what happened. The Broncos were all condensed into the middle. So they would have scored, the Storm would have scored left or right. It doesn't matter there. Will Warbrick could have had his hat trick or Xavier Coates would have got his first. And obviously they've got it out there and the Storm would have scored to Justin Olam. Alright, so Nick Meaney here from the left-hand side. Nick Meaney he's missed it. Oh, here we go. 18 minutes to go here. Still only a 6-point game for the Melbourne Storm. A lot of teams... Rabbitohs are very happy right now, but this game is not over yet. But the Rabbitohs fans are very, very happy right now. And Elias Katoa makes up for that mistake, by the way, because he's the reason for that being a try, because he's the one who goes up, knocks the ball back. Jerome Hughes gets it, kicks it across the Coates, and then Coates knocks it backwards there for Justin Olam. So he does kind of make up for it there. He does make up for it. Ben and Mum and Barber should be Star Wars fanboy. Das mate, still talking about Ben and Mum and Barber. Is Marvin still playing? Like somewhere? Is he at the Ipswich? I swear he played with the Ipswich Jets, didn't he? I swear he did. Alright, here we go. So Christian Welsh is going to get this ball to the 10. First tackle here for the Melbourne Storm. If they score next, I think they win. If the Broncos score next, it's just completely and utterly game on. Zacchaeus' Broncos dominating stats, those should be winning. I'm telling you, both teams have an argument here for being unfairly refereed. Like, both teams do. Harry Grant! Like, mainly Storm, though. Mainly Storm. They have actually got a good argument for having to beat the ref in this game. But the Broncos can complain too. Anyone know how to make that love heart in the bottom right of the chat disappear? I don't even know what that means. So up it goes there. And Xavier Coates chasing it through. Jesse. Oh, Selwyn Cobbo. Oh, wow, he caught that. He caught that. Well done, Selwyn Cobbo. I thought he lost that for any money. Cobbo juggling act, yeah. Still going there, Stags. To the 35. I don't know if it's a good catch. I think it's good that he held on to it, but I don't know how necessarily it's a good catch. I wish they bring the 9s back. If it doesn't, okay, Blitzy, you got to read the room, bro. Right outside here, chance. He's someone Cobbo. Cobbo here at the 50, at the 40, 35, 30. Oh, gets off. Justin Olam's still going here. 25. Slap down. 4th tackle here for the Broncos. 25 metres out, even the line. 16 minutes to go. It's 4th tackle. Reece Walsh to Payne Haas. Haas here. Gets the offload away to Reece Walsh. Over the top here. Capewell. Oh, good defense from Warbrick to run on in there. If he doesn't, there's going to be a 3-on-1 on the left-hand side. So left-hand side, Billy Walters up to Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh kicks it up. That's going to be Storm ball. Oh, well, no, that's a penalty. You're an idiot. Oh, Farnworth, you are so stupid. If the ball is on the ground and the referee's called held, you can't pick him up off of the ground to throw him over the sideline. That's not... I don't know what Farnworth... He's obviously on the ground there. Farnworth is very well... I don't understand what Farnworth thought he was doing there. Marston says that was the dumbest thing ever. Absolutely. So Tweaker now get this ball to the 30. Mr. Vegemite Lover says Herbie fully loaded or fully cooked? Fully cooked, bro. That's the answer right now. Second tackle at the 35. He's used to football rules. Well, he'll be used to playing for the Dolphins soon. Left-hand side here, Justin Olam. Olam here at the 40. And, ooh, taken down now. 41 metres out. Lucky that he didn't go past the horizontal there. Oh, jeez. Flegler with a huge hit. Full tackle here. Still 15 minutes to go here. Right-hand side of Christian Welsh. And Welsh now will be 45 metres out from the line. Fit tackle. Gets the ball to 4. Oh, good offload. Oh, I can't believe he's called that as held. Like, he's still moving. He's going down. Usually you wait till he goes down to the ground in that situation. But Munson puts that ball up there. There's a good offload there from Welsh. Xavier Coates. They let it... It's a Falcon! It's a Falcon. They're going to say penalty to the Storm. What for? What? Yeah, discipline's Mick Ennis is right here. Discipline is crucifying the Broncos at this moment. Jordan Ricky got Falcon, but what's the penalty for? But what's the penalty for here? I love it. Unacknowledging that Jordan Ricky looked there. Go for the 2 here. You go for the 2. Make it 18-10. Tip Melbourne 10 plus looking good. Late tackle. No, I don't know what he's called here. I don't know what he's called. I don't think you guys can be complaining about refereeing decisions, EQ. You can, but not against the Storm right now because the Storm were taking a penalty try away to make it 12-0. Right? So when it was a very clear penalty try, and if not, at least a sin bin. Right? So I don't think you should be, really complaining overall. But you do have merit. But I don't think that overall this is a game that Broncos fans can say we were robbed. I don't. Jason Deering says, I can't believe I tipped Brisbane. I think it was a fair call. I do think it was a fair call. But this is going to really benefit the Rabbitohs and really benefit a lot of other teams. Apparently Billy Walters did something. Hey, try contact with the head. The ball needs to go to the 10 of the bin. Fair enough. So Nick Meaney here from the... It's not a difficult kick, but 25 metres out. Nick Meaney will make the kick, baby. So it'll be 18-10. Broncos need to score twice. Here we go. Blake Hunt says Broncos fans crying so much on Insta as are they watching the same game? Yeah, Broncos fans have no real right to complain here, eh? Like, there's no way that anyone can tell me that that wasn't a penalty try for Justin Olam to make it 12-0. There's no way. And, like, the discipline from the Broncos late on here has been dreadful. Billy Walls, what is he doing? The discipline from the Broncos in this last 10 minutes has been... Oh, jeez, that's actually not a bad kick there from Reece Walsh, but luckily for the Storm, they get it 25 minutes out. Not game over yet, by the way, guys. There's still 12.5 minutes to go here. Oh, Flegler, huge hit on... Who is it? Is it Warbrick? It is Warbrick. So Harry Grant, left-hand side of Kami Kamitha. Hasn't really impacted today's game too much, Kami Kamitha. Coming back in here, I think from injury, didn't he? All right, so left-hand side, Harry Grant to Nelson. A Sava Solomon, a strong run to the 46. Mitchell Vegemite Lovers Reynolds has more than just kicked to corners on the field and organised structurally. I feel like without him on the field, the young blokes lose their head. They do. It's been very obvious today. They've lost a lot of discipline here in this last 10 minutes. They've probably lost this game based off of their discipline, if you want to argue based off just how the game's gone. Up it goes. Here they're going to let it bounce again. No Storm. Get the ball here. They throw it backwards. Broncos get it though. Jordan Riggy. Elias Katoa made up for his knock on. I would agree. I would say that Elias Katoa has made up for it because he has been pretty good since. He's made some good runs. He's received a couple of penalties there. He knocked that ball back, which led to the try from Jerome Hughes to Xavier Coates to Justin Olam. He's actually been pretty much a menace since he made that mistake. So, it just shows. It just shows the type of player that he is. Because I would have considered taking him off at that point if I was a coach. Because that was lazy. But I guess that's also just a very Tarek Simsy kind of thing to do from that other week. Which is why I still had that thought process. 10 more likes to hit the 100 like the stream. Yeah, guys, let's get that 10 more likes. We've got 10 more minutes to go here in this game. Let's hit that thumbs up button. Let's get the 10 likes. And then obviously subscribe if you're new around here. We will be showing both games tomorrow night, which I do believe is the Bulldogs No, who is it? Who is it tomorrow night? Let's have a look. It is the Bulldogs Warriors and Panthers Roosters will be a good one. Panthers Roosters will be a good one, but Bulldogs and the Warriors will also be a pretty large stream because we have a lot of Bulldogs fans here and also a lot of Wars fans here. Justin Olam will get this ball to the halfway point, third tackle. Who we pick as the Stone Wings for Queensland? I'm actually going to do a video about that on Wednesday. I didn't do a video yesterday because I just wanted to take a little bit of a break, to be completely honest with you. Sometimes you can feel yourself like getting burnt out. And that one day with fresh air just feels so good, eh? It just felt so good. Hey, Grant, right-hand side, Jerome Hughes. Ooh, arguably high tackle there. Arguably. All right, fifth tackle here for the Storm. They're 25 metres out. They got left-hand side here to Munster. Munster, he's going to run it. He puts that ball up into the air. So next week, I'm going to put my origin tips out. Oh, no. Oh! That's a knock-on. Knock-on from the Broncos first, though. I thought it came off his head. I'd challenge that. I think this is Broncos ball. This ref's dreadful. This ref's dreadful. I think this comes off his head here pretty clearly. Man, this should be a knock-on Storm. Yeah, my origin team list will come out on Wednesday next week. My predicted team lineups. So this is a big challenge here because if the Storm get this ball, it's probably game over because they are more than likely to score on this set. Yeah, Coates and Cobbo has been a really good battle tonight. No, it will be a knock-on, actually. No, it's right call. Oh, I disagree with that one. I thought I saw the right fingers of Cobbo touching that, but they'll call knock... Okay, so they're going to say this is a successful challenge. I disagree. I think that there was a hand there from Cobbo, but I'm not upset about it, really, but I think that you can see his right fingers probably touch it, but unless who touches it here first, I think, it's a knock-on from Meaney. They'll call knock-on from Meaney here, but I also thought I saw someone Cobbo's fingers touch that. Yeah, I think this is just a knock-on from Meaney, considering what they've called on the previous play. This should be Broncos ball based on what they've called. Oh no, they're not going to say this is inconclusive, are they? It's a knock-on there from Meaney. It's clearly off Meaney. Yeah, I thought it was a knock-on by Cobbo, to be honest with you, Buck. I'm not going to lie to you. I do believe that Cobbo touched that ball first, but they didn't call that. They've said knock-on there from Meaney, so... Reece Walsh definitely touched it after Meaney, so it's not a knock-on from Walsh there in that situation. But I do believe that Cobbo knocked that ball on. But I can't be bothered complaining about the referees anymore tonight, bro. Like, they're just being dreadful. Bronx boys can't get used to counting on Reynolds too much. But of course you're going to count on your halfback. Halfback is... But I know what you're saying, Joseph, but you have to count on your halfback. Like, your halfback is arguably the most important position on the field. Laurie says, bleed purple. You haven't won the game yet, but you'd be happy with how it's looking right now. You'd be happy. Alright, so Broncos here, left-hand side. And also, FYI, if the Storm are to win this game right now, the 8-point differential will put them plus 16. They would currently be in third position. They would currently be in third position, but obviously a lot of teams can jump above them. The Broncos currently in first, but they would be on plus 88 points differential to the Rabbitohs 94. So the Rabbitohs beat the Tigers by literally 1 point. They go into first position. So the Broncos would finally get taken off their leaderboard. With 9 minutes to go, guys, comment in the chat. Do you believe the Broncos win the game? Put the horse emoji. If you think the Storm win, then put a purple heart or a lightning bolt. Put a purple heart or a lightning bolt. If you think the Broncos win, put a horse emoji. So third tackle here for the Storm at the 45. They're just going to try and pull this game and finish it. And just slow it down. They don't need to score again. But it says, if you bleed purple, it's not good. Just like New South Wales fans. If you bleed any colour but red, you should see a doctor. You should see a doctor, yes. Oh, Harry Grant's away here. Oh, Payne Haas, good tackle. 6 again here. He gets the offload away to Meaney. Oh, Storm won this game. I'm pretty happy to call it here. I'm pretty happy to call it. The momentum is well and truly in favour of the Storm, and they're probably going to score right now. Munster here, 5 minutes out. I know they're going to call 4 pass. But the momentum is just... The Broncos' ill-discipline in the second half. These last 20 minutes has been disgraceful. Lucas has put a frog emoji. Unfortunately for you, son. Unfortunately for you. The Dragons aren't playing today. Dragons aren't playing today, mate. Yeah. I'll okay it as a forward pass. Yeah, I think it's a forward pass. So, for the Titans, how much? We need to beat the Knights by about 40 points or 30 points to go above the Storm here. Into third. But, if we beat the Knights, we'll only be 2 points off of the top, which is the Broncos and the Rabbitohs. And we have the Bulldogs next week, and the bye the week after. And then the Rabbitohs. And we've gone all in on that Rabbitohs game, eh? I tell you what, people who follow me on Instagram at BKRsport, no one has ever been as excited for a Rabbitohs-Titans game as they are right now. I've got Adolf the Great, I've got the Cast Patrol, obviously myself and Troll Mitt have a bet. Myself and Troll Mitchell, we have a bet. I'll go at Cody Walker. We've also got Zane Potter. But it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun leading into that game. Regardless of the results of the Titans and Rabbitohs, it'll be a lot of fun going to that game in that game week, yeah. Hearts on 83. That's definitely a penalty there. Well, Munster's an idiot. Munster's just gotten the Broncos back into the game with that call. He's an idiot. Munster is stupid for giving away that penalty in that situation. What's the bet with you and Trom, Mitt? You'll see again. I can say it, I guess. It's in regards to his kicking in front of me. If he makes all of his kicks in front of me, then I will buy 10 of his shirts from Winmara. Oh, no, that's a... Storm win the game. Storm win the game. Storm win the game. Storm win the game, man. Second tackle here for the Storm. They're 20 metres out from the line. That was poor. On 6 again as well after a penalty for the Broncos. You lose Reynolds. You guys... if Reno is out for the season, which I don't believe he is, but if Reno out for the season, you guys are out for the 8. You guys, when you play without Reynolds, you guys haven't got a clue on how to play. Truly. Harry Grant, right-hand side, and Nelson on the other side of Mona. Oh! Oh! Can't get there. 3 metres out of the line. Fit tackle. Storm fan already knew we had this game. Sure he did, mate. Left-hand side, Justin Olam. Oh, Olam's going to his fit tackle. Off to Coates. Oh, no. This is going to be 6 again here for the Storm, isn't it? No, still fit tackle. Gets it off to Coates. Oh, this is a try. It's amazing. Oh, no. Reece Walsh just dropped it. 6 again. Jerome Hughes here. It's... oh, no. Will Warburton for a hat-trick. That's a miracle try, eh? So the Storm are going to make it 20 to 10 to get to come. Hat-trick hero there for Will Warbrick. Hat-trick hero for Will Warbrick. Oh, Reece Walsh. You can't blame him, but you can't. You can't blame Reece Walsh for that. He's trying to pick it up and make a play, score a try, and make it a 2-point game. You can't complain about Reece Walsh there. It's a ballsy play there by... Jerome Hughes on 0 tackle to kick that ball across, but it was always going to happen with Will Warbrick, just too easy. The Broncos are too condensed. Every time that there's a little bit of stress on this team, they just all condense to the middle. And you see Will Warbrick there open. You saw Xavier Coates on the other side open. Look, the Broncos are going to lose this game, and look, it's fair enough because the Storm were taking away a penalty try to make it 12-0. And the Broncos have scored. They've made a game of it, but they've lost Adam Reynolds, and they just don't look good without Adam Reynolds. Who is the Muppet saying Walsh for Origin? Well, again, I've told you guys for a long time now. Walsh is a great player at NRL level. Has his moments, though, but he's not an Origin player. He's not. They have the Panthers next week at Suncorp Marcel on Thursday, and Adam Reynolds, I don't believe, will play. That's the brick. That's the brick of war. I was actually saying that he was his defense. Well, I guess his defense is still a bit shaky. But pre-season, I had him as my breakout player for the Storm. We had the video with Sammy Revel with Wobbling Jaw Sports. Take that one off us, Bunker, you cats. Jason says, imagine the Broncos at the top 8. Oh, bro, they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it themselves, bro. It couldn't happen to them. Storm 1 on top of my multi, please miss, Blake says. Esmond McKenzie, yep, Broncos can't grind games out. They need the big score line to win. Agreed, Esmond. Agreed. Oh, it's not that hard of a kick, but it's still a bit of a, dodgy kick here for Nick Maney. He will make it 13 plus there, unfortunately, there, Blake. So we'll be 24-10 here to the Broncos, not to the Broncos, the Melbourne Storm, over the Broncos with 4 minutes to go the game. Guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here. Don't forget, we'll be live tomorrow for the Bulldogs and the Warriors game, which will be a big one, and the Panthers-Roosters game, which should be a real fun one. Should be a real fun one, that one. Warbrick, 68 points. 3 tries, you can't complain. Like, you can't complain. You'd like more, but from 3 tries, but you can't complain. He's a winger. How much does Warbrick cost? Too much now. I think it's like $450 or something like that. I have him in my team, but I have him on the bench. And I'm not really upset about it. Like, I'm okay with it. Broncos missing the 8 would break the media. Oh, boy. Yes. And, chance here, the Broncos. Knock it back. It's going to be Bronx ball. All right, Bronx ball here. Stags with the ball. He'll get this ball to the 25, sorry. Guards, the Storm help from the... Shut up. Guardsby, it was a penalty try to Justin Olam in the first half, and if not, you take Reece Walsh out for a sin bin. Come on, Guardsby, don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot, bro. Like, you can't be telling me that the Storm have been gifted referee of the win, my friend. It can't be. It's not possible. It's literally, it's not possible, bro. You can't tell me that the Storm are gifted this win. It's not possible, man. Like, that's a clear penalty try Justin Olam to make it 12-0 and said the Broncos got to the other end of the field and score. The Broncos have had some bad calls for sure, mate. The Broncos have had some bad calls, absolutely, but the Storm have had more. And Broncos lost Reynolds. That was a big loss there for them, but you can't tell me. You just can't. Right inside, and the Storm will pick that ball up at the no, it's going to be a penalty here to the penalty of the Broncos. Biffo. Vegemite Lover says, sorry Jay Hayes and chat, didn't mean to be offensive with my last comment. I truly do apologise. Thanks for a great stream tonight. I didn't even know you were. I didn't know what you did. Bro. Biffo. What did you say? I can't even bother. There's a reason why you would have been timed out. All good, mate. I imagine Titans beat the Broncos to the 8. Stop, bro. We're going to stop getting ahead of ourselves. This is one loss to the Broncos. They will probably go to second place in the ladder, but... Imagine the Rabbitohs lose the Tigers. On Sat. And then side here, chance of the Bronx. Get a bit of something about it. Take the 2 for my multi-Muppet Broncos. I don't think they're going to take the 2 for your multi-Muppet Blake. Second tackle here, 8 minutes out of the line. I bet South beat Broncos in the grand final. I bet you were wrong. Oh, wow. Pakes, there's a big gap here. There's a biffo here. There's an actual biffo here. There has to be something that's happening because that was too big of a gap there for Pakes. I don't know what's happening. It's just biffo galore right now. Biffo. FYI for the young kids in the chat, the Broncos and Melbourne used to hate each other in the 2000s. Around the time of Darren Lockyer, the early days of Cameron Smith, Billy Slater, the likes, Greg Inglis, like these when he was at the Storm, not the Rabbitohs. These two teams used to have a big rivalry. 2006 they played each other in the grand final. 2009 was the Greg Inglis. Nothing new. There's going to be called a no try. This is going to be class. Yeah, here we go. Like, Flegler is clearly all over him, bro. You can't tell me it's a try. You can't confirm that's a try. There's zero chance. No way. You can't call that. Like, they're going to call it. Pene's in the bin. I'm sorry, but you can't call that as a try. Like, I'm sorry, but you cannot call that as a try. Like, Flegler at least has to go to the bin here too. But it's like, if you're saying that Flegler has impeded the play, regardless, that should be a no try. Like, who cares? Because it's not going to it's not going to do a great deal, but it's like Flegler goes to the bin. But how is... Yeah, exactly right, Medvedev. This impacted the play. How the heck is this a try? The bunker has had a horrific game tonight. Horrific. Refs just trying to make the game close. Yeah, Blake will be happy, but like... I know, the commentary's like, I'm not so sure about this. Like, it's so obviously how poorly officiated this game has been. Very obvious. Shink says this game's been a shambles. Oh, it's been fun, and it's been exciting, it's been controversial, but it's been too controversial. Like, it's been like, you can't tell me that Flegler hasn't impeded the play there. Like, Flegler's got his arms around his head. If you want to call a penalty against Aaron Penne, then feel free, but there is a double infra... You can't tell me it's not a no try. Even if you want to give the ball back to the Broncos, I don't care if you penalise the Storm but say there was a double infringement, which means the Broncos still get the ball. It's just not a try. You can't tell me it is. So Munster kicks his ball back down into 5 minutes out. Now, if the Broncos score right on the set, there's a chance Carrigan will get taken down at the 25. Been a very long game over 2 hours. Oh, has it? Well, nearly about to be 2 hours. No, it has been over 2 hours. You're right, yeah? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this has been an exhausting game, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. As a streamer, I can tell you right now, this has been an exhausting game. This has been an exhausting game, bro. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new. I need Broncos right hand side of the 45. I've had a good time though. I have had a good time. Ezra Mam gets out to Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh here. Take it down. Still going to 30. He will get the offload away to Payne Haas. Oh, he gets the offload away. Walters. Carrigan. He'll get this ball. Why are you offloading it like it's 5th tackle? 3rd tackle, lads. Reece Walsh here. Reece Walsh still going. Gives it outside. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that was just stupid. The play on. Okay, 4th tackle with the Broncos at 38. That was definitely a 4 pass, but what... This, I need to see the referee get held accountable for this game. Mr. Pugsy, your team is very lucky to not have gone down 12-0 straight away. That was close with a try for the Broncos. Your team deserved to go down 12-0 early with a penalty try to the Storm, if not a sin bin of Reece Walsh. Your team does not get the credit for this, at all. Joseph says, ref is just being fair. The ref has been dreadful all game for both these teams, bro, but mainly for the Storm, but both these teams. The ref has not been fair at any point in this game. I don't support either of these teams. I even tipped the Broncos. 1 like away from 100, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Melbourne are challenging this call here. So, Broncos are on side here. There's no excuses, Medvedev. There really isn't. Like, if anyone has excuses, it's the Storm. But it's been a good game either way. I think Storm touched this, though. Yeah, it's off the Storm. So it'll be Broncos ball here, but they can't win. Well, they can if they score and they don't take the kick. Commentators on TV are saying Refs had a great game. Oh, no way, bro. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. They've been told to push this because they are very well aware that the refs are going to cop a whole heap of flack for this game. So I believe that someone has gotten in their ear and say, please say on the commentary that the referees have been great to kind of take away from the complete and utter bullshit shambles that we've witnessed tonight. I think that's what they're trying to do because there is no way that anybody who understands this game, it's not rocket science, that this was absolutely horrifically officiated from the bunker all the way down to the referee. Like, and it's not even mainly the referee, it's mainly the bunker. Reece Walsh here, knock on there from the Storm. Knock on there from the Storm. Xavier Coates is trying to get away here, but it's very clearly no try. He's still going, but it's not going to be a try, bro. He's still going. That would have been an incredible try, by the way. Oh, jeez. That was dog shit there from Farnworth, but it's going to be a no try. Like, I agree with the referee in this situation. Fair play to Melbourne. They were more clinical. Reece Walsh needs to work in his passing game. I just think you lost that real clinical touch with Adam Reynolds. I think you did. But this is very clearly a knock-on there from Olam. Like, it's Like, if it goes off his chest, then okay, whatever. I can understand why Storm fans are complaining, but whatever. Handing out t-shirts at the game ends would be a great side hustle. Okay, here we go. Oh! That is the wrong call! Oh! The Storm should have had a try! The Storm, they have robbed him. They have robbed him. Oh, the Storm have been robbed on a ridiculous amount of occasions tonight. If I was a Storm fan, I'd lose my mind. They're going to win the game, but they have actually been robbed on multiple occasions tonight. The Broncos, you have absolutely zero excuses. You have zero excuses. The Melbourne Storm have been absolutely horrifically officiated tonight. Because I agree with the referee originally, but when you go back and have a look at that, he should have actually played on. It should have been just allowed to go and then come back there for the no try. Broncos fans, do not try and make excuses for this game. Do not try and make excuses for this game. You have been beaten by the better team. The Melbourne Storm have been robbed of multiple tries in this game. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. I don't think Xavier Coates was offside on that kick. Justin Olam's was absolutely a penalty try. And the crowd's still booing here for genuine reason. If anyone thinks that these officials have been good tonight, it's been dreadful. It is a bad mark on the game. Regardless, I'm grateful that the Storm have still been able to win. The fact of the matter is, though, the Storm are usually the team that get absolutely gifted calls left, right, and centre. But any Broncos fan who cannot take this and take accountability for their team, you should have been slapped today by this team. You should have been absolutely slapped by the Melbourne Storm. But instead, you try to blame the referees when it's actually the other team who has been taking 3 tries away from them. 3 tries. Like, Broncos fans still making excuses. You conceded 3 extra tries to this team. It's mad to me. It's mad to me. Like, you've got to just take accountability for that team right there. And again, the Storm usually are the ones who get gifted all of those calls. They get gifted all of those calls for years and years and years. But you've got to call it how you see it. Again, I tipped the Broncos. I thought the Broncos would win. You know, it makes it close. I enjoy that more for the Storm in the sense that it brings the competition closer. But my God, for Broncos fans to complain, Olivia says the ref doesn't know what to do. You're right, Olivia. You're right. There's no way the commentary said the thing was good, by the way. No way. This is not the first game this ref has been so bad. And again, I don't complain about the ref usually. You guys know me. I sit here and try and avoid refereeing conversation. I try to say to the chat, like, oh, look, it's a right call, maybe a bad call, but, you know, it's kind of, it weighs itself out. That game did not weigh itself out. Someone's Fanboys Blazers rants are my favourite part of the week. Well, it's how passionate we are at the game, man. You know, we just want to see a fair game. We're Australian. Australians are always like, the Australian way is you want it done fairly. This is why Australians called out the South African cricket incident, because we are India cheats all the time. England are cheating on multiple occasions. Pakistan the exact same. But Australians call it out when they see it because they just want to see a fair game. Like, that makes it enjoyable. We want to watch a fair game that's enjoyable. Thankfully, the Storm, despite having horrific calls against them all day, have found a way to still win this game. Unfortunately for the Broncos, they've lost Reynolds. That really does suck for them. And that's where they realistically lost this game as well, by losing their main man. They were very ill-disciplined in this last 20 minutes. But overall, wow. Wowee. Joseph Arnie says this was predicted. Broncos would drop badly midway through the season. I agree that the Broncos are now going to drop badly throughout the season. Like, I get that that's a very reactionary thought process right now to an 8-point loss hit the Storm that should have been bigger. But they did lose Reynolds. Like, they did still lose Reynolds throughout the game. And that really cost them. If Reynolds is out for a prolonged period of time, I would agree with you. And the Broncos will drop off a little bit because Josh Madden's not up to it. Ezra Mann played well today. Especially when he moved to the 7 to cover for Adam Reynolds. But I don't think that result right there tells you the Broncos are going to drop off. I think that it depends on how Adam Reynolds goes, because they realistically fell away in that game when Adam Reynolds went off the field. CDO says, took Storm by 8 per way to end the day. Good on you, bro. Good stuff. Livy says, I'm putting my West Tigers jersey on for Saturday. If any team lost their halfback, they would not do good. Also, I will say, like, if Elias Cattell wasn't lazy, they actually had 4 tries taken off him. But Ezra Mann, incredible play. Incredible play to chase that one down and knock that ball out there. Like, it just shows that you just can't give up on the play. You can't do it. Bracken Mills says, what a game of footy. Oh, it would have been what a game of footy if it wasn't just completely ruined by referees for both sides. Doc04 says, so why couldn't Bunker overrule ref decision to make it a try? Bunker can. The Bunker can do it, but the Bunker was just horrific. I know Reynolds didn't play tonight, but he did for the first 30. He got injured. But given Melbourne's recent performance for the last couple of weeks, they really stepped up tonight. Yeah, well, Reynolds did play for the first part. But the Storm should have been up 12-0. But yeah, I'm going to jump off. That was a really exhausting game. That was a really mentally taxing game, that. We've been going for 3 hours and 5 minutes as well. So, yeah, I'm going to chill out. Obviously, tomorrow night, guys, we're going to be streaming the Bulldogs and the Warriors game and the Roosters and Panthers game. Bracken Mills, I'm even a Broncos fan, and I'm pissed off about the calls. Yeah, like for both, but mainly for the Storm, Bracken. I just want to reiterate this. Like, it clearly... Yeah, anyway, we've gone on about this enough. But yeah, I appreciate you guys as usual. Like I said, Bulldogs Warriors tomorrow night. Plus also we've got the Panthers and the Roosters game. 2 good games of footy tomorrow night. And then on Sunday, I will be going to Newcastle. Well, actually, I'm going to Newcastle on Saturday. But I will be streaming in Newcastle Saturday and vlogging on Sunday at the Titans Knights game, obviously. So guys, obviously, yeah, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. I will see you guys tomorrow. And I appreciate you as always. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.